Hey everyone.
Hello, Arlita.
Hi, Kokiro. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Oh, nice to know you're good.
Nice to know you.
Nice to know
Nice
you're
to meet
good.
you.
No, nice to know you're good.
Oh, thank you. It's always good to know that you're good too. I'm gonna assume you're good because I've seen you since early morning,
Yeah.
and I've seen you in good spirits.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna think that you're good.
I am good.
Excellent.
I am getting better from
Yes.
the flu I had.
Yeah.
So let's hope it stays that way in the live stream.
Oh, for sure. I don't think. I think we have crossed that threshold.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
think you're good.
No, the only thing I wouldn't like is to
Cough on
begin
everyone like
yeah.
you did yesterday.
like start coughing.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
yesterday I coughed once.
Mm.
Or
But
twice.
I imagined everyone's speaker was just like
I know. No, because it wasn't like a. Now I'm gonna say something horrible, but it wasn't like
you
a
don't have to.
humid cough.
Oh, okay.
It was
That's,
more like a dry cough.
okay.
So, let me just turn my webcam off. Oh no, I can't. So wait.
You need to do something?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn off this light because my face is just
Overexposed?
yeah.
Well, we went from yesterday
still-
of being in an oven. We pretty much yesterday we were Thanksgiving dinner.
yeah.
And we've never been able to really find a good balance.
Yeah. But no, the thing is that you could only see my eyes.
Okay.
So, well, kind of. I mean, it's kind of like that. Again, but it's fine.
I like that.
That's me.
Yeah.
Huge eyes.
Well, you have nice
You do.
big eyes and fake
I don't have a
lashes.
turtleneck. What do I have?
Oh,
I
without
want
looking
to-
at you?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I want to know
Oh my God.
if you know.
Um.
If you really pay attention.
Oh, so this is the
The test.
mark of a good
Ultimate
relationship.
test.
I'd like to say that you have one of these shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What color?
Oh, stop it. I mean, I
Well, it's
remember
not
the
a
shape.
shirt. It's a sweater, but
Okay.
yeah, kind of. I mean, it has that neck, so
Yeah, one
Point.
of these.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember this when we just had lunch.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that it's
No,
just
don't
that.
look at me.
No,
Don't
I'm
look-
not looking
don't
at you.
turn.
But it's just that clothes don't. I don't care
No,
about clothes.
I don't.
I really don't.
This isn't about clothes. It's about memory.
No,
If you're
no.
paying attention
No,
or not. So
I go, through the world. Here I am, like little coconut.
it looks like your nose is a chili. Well, not now, but
It's still kind of. But I go rolling around the world, just noticing the things that I kind of care about.
so what's the
clothing.
color of my shirt?
What's that?
What's the color of my shirt? You're not gonna get away. I just want you to try. So what's the color of my shirt/sweater?
Yeah, I think it's a dark greenish color.
Well, not dark, but yeah,
Yeah, mid greenish.
like a grayish green. But
There
yeah.
we go. Yeah.
And my
No, stop
pants
it. I mean, no. Let's.
and my shoes.
No, stop it. You have jeans. You have mom jeans.
No, not mom jeans, but jeans. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. For me, they're all mom jeans. So,
Mhm.
yeah. But you know this about me. I could.
And an easy one.
Oh, what?
My shoes.
Sneakers.
Which type?
The beige ones, like boot, the ones that are like that.
Yes, so a high top sneaker.
That's what they're called?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know.
Like the Converse ones.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
that what
they're
called?
called high tops. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. But that was an easy one because I kind of almost wear them.
Yeah.
So
So I think I got 100 out of 100.
Well, yeah, 90.
What?
Yeah, because
What did I miss?
it wasn't a dark green.
Oh, stop. That's like...
So you get a 99.
No.
0.9.
No. I'm not gonna accept that.
So
Daniel Lira,
yeah, tell me.
what are we gonna do today?
We're gonna paint.
Yes.
And
So,
we're gonna go from
check.
big to small.
Yes. So, a lot of the painter that I think I'm becoming, but it's the type of painter that I always wanted to be, I think has to do with the understanding of detail.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, that has always been huge in painting.
Mm-hmm.
And usually detail, when we say detail, like people think that you have to have like a super, super tight painting or tight drawing,
Mm-hmm.
and that it gets even tighter and tighter and tighter once you reach those moments that, I don't know, maybe grab your attention, or that signify shapes that have broken down into smaller shapes that break down into smaller shapes. So it's always like smaller, always. Like
Mm-hmm.
detail has to do with like smaller. And I've always been overwhelmed by detail, always.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever I see a painting that has a lot of detail, I'm like, God bless you. You know, thank the universe that you are capable of painting this, because I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like you couldn't pay me enough to do one of those paintings, because I just can't. There's a point in life where it's not really about ability. It's about your body just saying, "Hey, this is not us.
Mm-hmm.
This is not us." Like when you're talking about clothes, my body says, "I don't care." Like my body, my life, my everything says, "I don't care." I never care about what anyone wears. I hope that they never care about what I wear, which is like incredibly boring. I'm like a one-note person, and I'm super happy and super fine about that. But the fact that I don't care doesn't mean that that if you care, I don't find that reprehensible or anything. Like, no, if you're into clothes, great, that's awesome.
Yeah, why would you? I mean, it's
no. If you're into
everyone's
clothes and
decision.
shoes or bags or whatever, that's awesome.
I am. You know, for example, I really like clothing. Like,
and I get excited for you when you like something, but it doesn't move my needle.
Yeah.
I am right here.
Yeah.
0.
No, but that's good with me too. I mean, I care about my clothes, but that doesn't mean I try to make you care about clothes.
No,
never.
No, you're always like, do you like it? Do you like this thing that you're gonna buy? And I go like, yes. And then you're like, good, okay. Fine.
Yeah.
I mean, when we met, I had the most horrible baseball caps that were super gnarly because they were never in fashion, but I don't know why I bought them.
But I really like your caps. I mean, I even got to like those ones. The thing is that you had one specifically because you bought like a bundle.
I bought like 8 of them for like $20.
And I think some of them were super cool, but it was one that I remember you looking back, you were like, why did I use that? Because it had like a tiger scratch.
Yeah, it had like a Wolverine scratch.
Uh-huh.
It was like fake. It wasn't like the because I usually like things that grow old.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody has a baseball cap that they've worn, like if they're a Yankees fan and they've worn that for like 15 years, I love that sort of stuff. Like that is awesome because there's history to your cap. I don't want to know what that cap smells like. I don't even care, but that's you. That's super, super cool. But they started doing like faux old, kind of like wrangled. I don't know.
Because I think there's like super wrangled caps that are cool.
Yeah, but not
and
these.
That are new.
Yeah.
But they are cool. But I never told you I never told you I didn't like them. It was when you get rid of one. You told me, why
finally.
did I? No. You told me, why did I wear these? And I was like, well, the one with the scratch was my least favorite.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I wasn't okay with you wearing it.
No.
It was just like if you asked me to choose between the 8 caps you bought in the bundle.
Yeah.
I would not go for the one with the scratches. But
yeah,
if
nobody
it
in
was
the
your
right mind
favorite,
would. No, no. I
no,
just
no,
don't have like I don't have taste regarding that. I really don't. I
no.
really don't. I
I
can't trust myself with
no,
those
I do
things.
think you have.
I don't think so. I really don't because I don't really care. So I don't know. I'm the sort of person that yeah, if it's like when you've given me like shoes for Christmas or something,
Mm-hmm.
that I'll wear them for like a year straight.
Mm-hmm.
I like that's the only shoes I'll ever wear.
Yeah,
And
but I think
wear
you
them.
care.
I wear the crap out of them.
You care because I think that when people say no, I'm not interested in clothing, it's like thinking only about the looks of clothing. But for example, I'm interested in a lot of things. I've told you I'm interested in the shapes, like
Yes.
super cool shapes, super cool like patterns.
Yeah.
But also I like to be comfortable, and I think that you go for something that makes you feel comfortable, and that's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you can wear any type of super hard pants,
What?
like super uncomfortable, the ones that have.
Oh no.
Because for example, I love my jeans to be like super stiff,
Yeah.
and you don't
that's-
like that.
Well, those are the jeans that I used to wear my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
and then I discovered the jeans that stretch a little bit, that are far more graceful, especially if you're getting older and you're gaining weight. Those are amazing because what I understood as jeans, which is the pants that I've worn my whole life, was that they're the sort of pants that it takes you like 3 weeks for them to soften up,
Mm-hmm.
and then you wash them, and then they go back to zero because they're like a piece of cardboard again, and they're smaller because now you've put them through a washing machine and they've dried. So those first couple of days with those jeans coming out of the dryer, oh my God.
Yeah, but for
I
example,
grew
that's what
accustomed to them, I guess.
that's what I look for in a jean. Like
Oh,
I don't
no.
like the stretchy.
Oh no.
Material.
I don't
So-
know. I don't know if I can go back. I don't think I can go back.
No, but what I was trying to say is that you do care.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
care about some aspects.
Oh
but
yeah,
it's
very
not
simple
like
ones, but
you don't care at all.
oh no. It's not like you could give me and I have like an ape-like body, so I kind of know myself now that not a lot of stuff is gonna look good on me.
No, but I think that's just like a prejudice.
No
Prejudice
prejudice, but no,
of yours.
No, I think I'm kind of like this. This is my body shape. I don't know if there's a name for this body shape. Maybe chat can help us.
No, I know how it's called. It's called inverted triangle.
I'm an inverted triangle.
Mm-hmm.
No, because inverted triangle is like what guys like super broad
No,
backs.
because you
and,
have big shoulders.
I'm an inverted triangle that has sides coming down. I'm an inverted triangle that has sides that come down to like trapezoid. So no, I'm an inverted rectangle, which
No,
is pretty much
'cause-
a rectangle.
No, and I mean, remember the like kind of shapes that people talk about?
Remember, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, but they're not talking about your chest only. They're talking about the proportions.
Yeah.
So like,
and
if you have bigger shoulders,
yeah.
that's why it would be an inverted triangle, because it's bigger than the lower part of your body.
So this is like, this for me, I think this is me. I think if anyone drew me, it's like, hey, this guy stole some broccoli from the store. And I'm just running away with the broccoli. It's like, run. Well, right now I'm walking, but and I'm barefoot for some reason. But if somebody drew this, it's like police sketch. It's like, hey, what did that guy look like?
No.
And they give him this.
Nope.
I think
don't
it's like they catch me like 2 blocks from there.
No.
2 blocks from there, I'm like 20 to life for stealing broccoli. And I noticed that my legs, my femur, oh my God, you know how they say the femur is the longest bone in the body? I don't think in my body. I have microfemur. I have a microfemur.
No.
I am
think
taller than my mom. We saw this. This was objectively true.
Yeah, but this
We
is
were in a
kind of
plane
like a
with my mother.
body dysmorphia you have,
We were
like
in a plane with my mother.
a wrong appreciation you have of yourself.
And I'm taller than my mom. Here's my mom. I'm a little bit taller. I'm not tall, but I'm a little bit taller than my mom. My mom's legs, oh my God, her femur. It's like, you know, she's like, hey, I don't know what she's doing back there, but hey, super long. She could barely fit in the airplane chair. Me, ample room, ample space because of my baby femur. So this is me. This is me. It's like
No.
a retired oaf.
No, and I'm not gonna be part of that because I think that you have a distorted appreciation of yourself, and I think we've talked about it also in the visual correspondence. It's the same way as when I think I'm super small, and you're like you're not. I mean, and I see you and I say no, you're not. I mean, you just think of yourself in a super exaggerated way. So
Here I am, like carrying a, cattle. So that's pretty. Yeah. So should we paint?
mm,
We should paint, right? Anyways, I don't know. I think people come for the little sketching. How does everyone feel about the sketching? Should we stop doing that?
no, I thought what were people saying, and they're not saying anything related to what you're talking about.
Okay.
Sarah S
Yeah.
was the only one who said, "Oh, never put your jeans in the dryer. Always hang to dry." Yeah, that's what I do. But Nicolas puts everything.
Oh,
in the
everything goes
dryer.
in the dryer. Ever since I was a college student, ever since I had to take care of my clothes, I would dump everything. I would wash everything hot water. So I would go to the laundromat, which was like 2 blocks away in like Weehawken. I would put all my clothes in like a suitcase, traveling suitcase. Roll that like 2.5 blocks away to the laundromat. I would bring a book maybe to read, because I would never trust leaving my clothes there like unattended. And to me, it was super simple. It was throw everything. I never separated colors from whites. I would throw everything together, warm water, hot water, and then I would tumble dry everything super hot. I would in those big dryers, probably an hour and a half drying.
Terrible.
Yeah, and then I would fold everything, take it back home, and my t-shirts were about 3 sizes smaller. And that was what I did all the time.
Yes, and that's why sometimes when you do the laundry,
Yeah.
it's like I take out a sweater and it's like this.
Yeah.
This size, and I'm like, fair.
Danny has had clothes that she had just bought.
Yeah.
That,
and I'm always like, please don't wash them. And you're like, oh, they got trapped.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
With the clothing I was putting on. And I'm like,
then Fed
no.
is like a vulture. She's like super happy. She's like, mine, great,
She's
thank
always
you.
like, is something shrinking? Like, hasn't something shrinked? Because I want something new.
Yeah. She knows that my incompetence is going to eventually kick in, and that she's going to get new clothes that way.
No. But you don't do it now that
No,
often. Because
no.
you realize.
I always ask you. I feel bad because I end up not putting a lot of your clothes to wash.
Mm-hmm. No, but now you do.
No, now I do, but I'm usually like when in doubt and when I can't ask you for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
I just go like, no, I'm not gonna put this in.
No, but it's fine with me. I mean, yeah, I remember there's one specifically that doesn't even fit fair anymore. I
should try wearing that.
It was a merino wool
Oh, I don't know
sweater.
what that is.
Yeah, it's like a super good material for winter. And I
Yeah?
got it when I was visiting my sister. I got it in Chicago.
Did I ruin that?
Yeah,
Oh,
and it was a green
Jesus.
one
Jesus
with a
Christ.
zipper. I don't know if you remember, and 2 pockets.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
And
yeah,
I
that
loved
shrunk.
it. And it ended
Okay,
up being
make me
like a
feel worse, please.
12
Why won't you?
months. 12 months baby.
Oh yeah, but to be honest, I did a painting of her with that, and we sold the painting. So, I mean, it doesn't make up for that, but we at least made a painting out of that small tragedy.
No. And I got to wear it for a long time.
Well, like 3 times.
No, because I bought it 2018 maybe.
Okay.
And it got damaged. Well, it shrank maybe 2020
Okay, so
or 2019.
You gave me 2 years.
But
That's
yeah.
more. I mean,
Yeah, but with that one, I was super impressed. I was like,
yeah, you expect me to ruin it.
no. I was like,
earlier.
how could this shrink that much?
Yeah, well, let me tell you, under my hands.
Yeah, it was like a Barbie sweater.
Yeah.
At the
It looked
end.
super cool for Fede. She was like, it looked super tight on her. Like,
Yeah.
I remember that painting. I remember somebody commented that she looked like Mick Jagger.
No, but
That's how like tight and like.
no, because you did a painting of me.
No, I
with
did a
that-
painting of Fede.
But you also did a painting of me.
Maybe, but I remember maybe. But
Yeah.
I remember the one I did of Fede.
Yeah, the thing is that when it shrunk,
Yeah.
it was like super tight between the fibers. I don't know how to explain that.
Oh yeah.
But it was like heavy. It was like a heavy sweater because
Yeah.
it was like super tight.
Is that wool again?
Merino wool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Wool will shrink like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have known better. I know better, but I don't know any better. So,
Yeah, but it was a very warm sweater.
yeah.
It was like a saver for me in Chicago's winter.
Okay, I'm feeling worse.
No. I mean, I'm happy it didn't shrink while I was knitting it. Knitting it, not knitting.
Not knitting it.
Exactly. Knitting. How do you?
Kneading.
Kneading it.
Yeah, or using it, let's say.
Yeah.
That was easier.
So, let's see. Anam said, I know I love the sketching. It's so cool. Tani said the sketching is cool. So when you do your little drawings.
Yeah.
Cody Winnicky said, I like the sketching. It's fun, but good job not participating, Danny. Why are you laughing?
No. That wasn't a bad laugh. It was just like a chuckle.
So let's say hi.
Please.
The first person to say hi
Okay.
was Olga Maria Benninghoff.
Oh, what does she win?
Um,
My mom with the first comment.
and she was saying hi both. Hola Olguita.
Hi,
sé-
both?
Sí, hi both.
That's pretty cold for my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She angry? Is there
Maybe.
something?
Yeah.
Margo Delgado mandó un emoji diciendo hola. ¿Cómo estás, Margo?
¿Cómo es? No, tampoco.
Javi Hab said, hello. I had to jump off yesterday, but needed to say that I absolutely love the correspondence piece from yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
It was a killer one. Now I'm kind of nervous. I have to say, I'm not going to give any like spoilers.
Mm.
Spoilers, no? As if it was like a
Well,
movie or something.
no, but
Or
it's
if-
important for us.
Yeah, well, yes. I have an idea,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how doable that
It is?
idea is. Exactly.
Yeah.
Or how doable in my hands that idea is. So we'll see.
You know that while you're saying this, I remembered.
What?
I'm sure that other people have done this, but and maybe you can tell me if I never got to do anything like this when I was studying, but I remember when I first started as a teacher, we had one of the homeworks. So it was just like a week's worth of
I hope
one
you don't
class.
say what I'm trying to say to do, but
No. I'm 100% sure it isn't because
Okay.
it's nothing really specific.
okay.
But because I didn't know students and I wasn't quite teaching the drawing class that I thought I was meant to teach. I was teaching like something different. It was drawing, but it was far more conceptual drawing. And I didn't really know anyone. I thought it would be like a really cool exercise to do like the design work
Mm-hmm.
of a work of art that you didn't have to execute, but show me a work of art that you would do or that you could do,
But
even
you don't
though
have to do it.
even though it was impossible to execute. Like it doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't
So
matter.
it wouldn't matter the budget
No,
or
no,
the
no. Like
space
I
or-
remember somebody had like a super cool idea of these projections that they would project on the moon.
Mhm.
And so stuff like that. I just wanted to see how big
Far.
their imagination, how far-reaching it could be, and I just told them like, what would that project look like without even? It doesn't matter. We don't have to do it, but show me in drawings, like little design drawings and little like show me what that would look like. Like we don't have to do it, so don't worry, but show me what that would be, and it was super cool. I actually felt it
No,
was
it
a
sounds like
really
a-
cool exercise.
Yeah,
for-
it sounds like a super interesting exercise. Because sometimes you have like limits to
Yeah.
your imagination. Because you think about space, about budget, about a
Yeah.
lot of things. So it's cool to have those like unrealizable ideas.
Yeah.
Is it realizable?
Yeah, actually, I think that works.
Unexecutable
Yeah,
ideas to get your imagination going.
Exactly.
I like that a lot.
cool.
Nikola Smijarevich
Mm.
said, "Hi everyone." Hi Nikola, how are
Hey,
you?
Nicola.
Anam was saying, "Hi everyone." So hi Anam. Aline Gollard was saying, "Hi Danny y Nico." Danny, I love your sculptures. Did you ever try to think about doing engraving drawings on wood and then printing them? Just curious, because I do gravuras. Gravuras? How do you say that? Like engraving.
Yeah, I wonder. Could you repeat to me what she's referring to again? Did you consider doing?
Did you ever try or
Yeah.
think about doing engraving drawings on wood
Okay. Yeah.
and then printing them?
Oof. Yeah, but that's engravings, like old school engraving, like Gustave Doré engraving. Oof. Yeah, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. Very few people do it nowadays, I feel. Very,
Mhm.
very few people do it.
Yes. So, I don't know. I think so. First of all, thank you. I'm very happy, Aline, you like my work. I think I did a couple of like MDF engraving when I was studying arts.
The thing is, engraving is like super different. Because so woodcuts, so if you do a woodcut like silography,
Mm-hmm.
so you cut, let's say this is the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So this is your tree. This is your oak tree, like we were saying yesterday, like you were saying yesterday. So you cut that tree and you cut down strips that go on that direction.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going with the fiber of that tree, with the grain of that tree. So that's going to give you like a softer wood, like softer, and it's going to give you like larger pieces of wood. So that when you use that wood like that, it's silography. It's wood. It's woodcuts. So if you're doing any sort of print work in wood and you're looking at silography woodcuts, that's the wood that you want to use. But you can also go on that direction. So you would be cutting wood like this, which usually means that those pieces of wood would have to be smaller, because this one can be really big and really long, but this one, because it's the width of the tree, it had to be smaller, and that's why wood engravings are usually kind of small. But what you get with the wood engraving, because you're cutting against the grain, you get like a very tight, very, very tight surface of wood. So you can get incredible amount of detail doing wood engraving like this that you can't get in here, because in here, if you're trying to do tiny lines and you're doing your best with your tools, to try to get that little line out, it could break. So my mother was amazing at doing these.
I have trouble with the focus of the camera.
We could put like a backdrop, We could try to find a way to put a backdrop behind you because it struggles to, or we could just buy a better camera.
No, and I don't think it's the background because it's been this way always.
Yeah, but it struggles because there's a lot of information in the back.
But there's always been. And
yeah,
it never
and
struggles.
It's always struggled. Trust me.
No, but
when
trust me also because I'm always here in the live streams and I have no problem once it's focused.
Yeah.
Now I'm having trouble, so I don't know if maybe the webcam is
broken.
Yeah, maybe.
I just think it's bad. I just think it's a bad webcam.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say is that I did some MDF engraving, but I've never tried engraving after that, and I've never done like a proper wood engraving.
Yeah, I think what you did, because I'm a stickler for this, because of my mom.
Yeah, no.
So you did an etching. So you did a woodcut, not an engraving. The thing is, we can't call engraving. Engraving is not synonymous with woodcuts.
Well, it was in a class called engraving. That's why I'm using the word. Maybe I'm using the wrong word.
Yeah. It's just etching. It's just print work.
So I did a print work.
Yeah, you did like a woodcut.
Yes.
Like silography. That's like the technical term.
Okay.
For that.
What I'm trying to say is
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like, well, actually, but the thing is there is like, and maybe who was the person that was talking about this? I'm sorry.
Aline Gollard.
So maybe Aline can attest to this, that there is a difference. There's like a fundamental difference between a wood engraving and a woodcut. Like they're super, super, super different. They look different. They feel different. You can only do certain things in wood engravings that you would never be able to do in like a woodcut. Never, ever, ever, because the wood doesn't have the strength to hold that amount of detail. So that's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if I'm like, well, actually, but
so,
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
No. I sound like a jackass.
No, of course you don't. I mean, I am just using the incorrect word. Because, I mean, in Spanish, it's grabado.
Yeah, that's...
So I use engraving for grabado, but that's why I was clarifying that in the university,
also. Yeah.
We only used MDF. So I was trying to say that I've never tried doing woodcut in a proper wood. But I do think that my sculpting process is super different to wood carving, because I don't usually, I mean, I kind of have to build up, like to build the sculpture, to take away a lot to get to the perfect detail. And for example, I see the wood carvings your mom did, and she had like a super clean cut because she has to. I mean, that's what's gonna get printed. So, I don't know if I would be that good. That's what I was trying to say. And I don't have, how do you call that?
A press?
Yeah, a press.
You don't need it, though. For silography, you don't need a press. You would need, like, a spoon.
Wooden spoon, yeah.
Or
I
like
did that, but I did that
like,
with the kind of rubber we used.
Okay.
How do you call that?
A roller?
No. No, I used the wood for the... Ay, se me fue el nombre.
En español, di.
No, pues se me fue el nombre.
Ah, perdón. Ya.
Se me fue
Pensé que en inglés.
Linoleo.
Oh, okay. Lino cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that for the lino cuts. But thank you. Thank you, Aline.
I think, by the way, I think you would be amazing at it. You have the craft to do it.
Well, I've never tried, but I think, like, what I was trying to say is that I feel that it's very different execution-wise. I thought you were going to drop it in the...
I know, that looked like an accident.
Yeah. Like the wood carving
Yeah.
and the woodworking.
I know. But I mean, I can't attest to anything because I haven't done woodcut, like you're whittling. Like I've seen you work, but you would be surprised. You
Well-
would be surprised. I am when I see you doing those things. It's like I've seen my mother for years straight doing woodcuts. So, and because you two, my mother used to work with just X-Acto blades,
Yeah.
only X-Acto blades, and
because that's
and you use a blade too.
I
you
only
love using
use
blades.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have the ones you gave me, but
No.
I don't use like any other type of tool because I think it's complicated because sometimes you have to press it to a table,
Yeah.
and I always like hold my pieces and just use an X-Acto. So
No, it's perfect.
by the
That's-
way, I did a video.
Yes.
Well, I haven't edited yet.
Okay.
So I have some footage.
Okay.
Let's rephrase that. Of the process
Nice.
of my latest sculpture.
Awesome. When
I
can we
haven't-
see that?
I don't know.
Oh, I want to see that.
Because, I mean, I don't know how good the footage is.
Oh, I think people would love that.
But
Would
I-
love to see it though.
I tried recording with the GoPro.
Oh,
We have.
we're finally making good use of that.
Yeah. And it's very good for me because
Yeah.
it has a wide angle.
Yes, it's very wide.
So I can put it far away and
Yeah.
be near the sculpture working. And you
Yeah.
can still see the sculpture. It's not like you're just seeing my face, my head all the time. So I have to edit that. The thing is that I didn't realize I was recording in 4K.
Oh,
So I
that's
have like,
gonna take a long time,
yeah, well,
or it's gonna weigh a lot.
I'm creating the proxies. So
Oh, that's
proxies,
2024.
no. I mean, it's taking a while, but once I have the proxies, it's super easy to edit. But yeah, I have to do that. I
would-
haven't even seen the footage. Maybe
No?
it's like unusable, and maybe I'm just
No.
like promising.
No,
things that I
I
can't
think
do.
I think everyone here would love to do that. to
Yeah, but
see
I
it.
did it thinking about maybe our second TikTok ever.
Ooh,
So we'll see.
that's
Um,
an important like landmark for us.
Yeah. Marcelo Peralta said, Danny, take a look at David Bull's YouTube channel. He's a Canadian that owns a traditional woodcut Japanese print shop in Japan. There are some amazing videos on his channel, even real-time carvings. He shows every details of it and have some nice insights about his craft.
Nice.
Oh, sounds super cool.
Yeah,
I would love to see.
You know who uses another very traditional place in Japan to do some of his prints?
Who?
James Jean.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes he shows the
The process.
yeah, the people that are working, because he probably provides them with a drawing, and then with I would guess he does this in Photoshop. He just does the layers,
Yeah.
so they know
Which
they have
layer,
to pick
what
the colors,
color,
and they have to
exactly.
pick like which color combination they're
Yeah.
going to use. But it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's really remarkable. There's only so many places. It's really quite fascinating because there's only like so many places in Japan. Like there's a village in Japan that still does like wood engraving like they have done for centuries. But
Yeah.
it's very, very, very few places
No,
that
and I
they're
guess
like
they've-
masters. in-
Exactly.
in
I was
doing
going to
that.
say, I guess they've mastered
Oh yeah.
the technique. So, Caqueiro
Ooh.
dice, hello, Coco y Dani, ¿cómo van?
Kakai Rodriguez.
Hola, Cacaíto. ¿Cómo estás? Tiempo sin hablarnos.
Tiempos aquellos.
Catherine Kenny was saying, hello, Dani, Nicolas in chat. Hi, Catherine.
Hey, Catherine.
Cosette Paz dice, hola. Hola, Cosette.
Hola, Cosette.
Y Cosette dice, ¿saben que compré un curso de doméstica y mi sorpresa? Que una de las referencias era el señor Uribe.
What?
Hablaban de su edad, no sé.
¿Qué?
De tu novia, tus hijos, dijo que son tus modelos, me encantó. El
Ah,
curso de Camila O'Gorman,
esa
de nuestra
Camila.
querida Camila.
Por ahí
Que
debe estar de pronto,
sí,
Camila.
sí, sí. De pronto,
Bueno, hagámosle propaganda al curso de Camila, que
sí,
aparte de ser una pintora fantástica, es una persona
sí,
también
divina.
igual de admirable.
Sí.
Y pues si aquí la gente, Dani,
Lo compramos.
sí, sí, Dani compró el curso.
Ujú.
eh,
En doméstica, claro, apenas vimos que Camila había sacado un curso, pues claro que íbamos a
Dani ha
apoyar a
sido
Camila.
juiciosa con personas que conocemos que tienen curso doméstica, lo
Ujú.
compramos.
Sí,
Siempre lo
sí,
compramos
sí,
como
sí.
para apoyar. Yo sé que no es un gran negocio para los artistas.
No, pero igual es una pequeña manera de apoyar.
Exactamente.
Entonces, claro que lo compramos y claro que Camila es una excelente pintora.
Fantástica. Mejor persona, además. Increíble.
Sí, es muy, muy buena persona. Em, eh, Ricardo
Oh,
dice,
Ricardito.
hola Dani, hello Nico, ¿cómo están hoy? How are you all today?
My leaf
Bien.
veiled prince. ¿Qué más?
¿Cómo está Ricardo? ¿Qué anda haciendo ahorita Ricardo?
¿Qué anda haciendo? Sí, cuéntenos a todos,
En
si
este
quiere.
momento, ¿qué anda haciendo?
Sí, pero súper específico además. O
Sí.
sea, si está lavando los calzoncillos,
Sí,
decir
estoy lavando
lavando
con
los
el jabón
calzoncillos.
de coco los
Jabón de coco. No
calzoncillos
con mi
rojos
jabón, sino el jabón. ¿El
de
jabón de coco será algo
internacional. No creo,
internacional?
sabes que lo dije y dije, nadie va, o sea, es como decir Bel Rosita.
Sí.
Te va a decir que
¿Nos pueden decir de pronto los hispanoparlantes si para ustedes el jabón de
jabón de
coco
coco es algo.
es algo? Acá, por ejemplo,
Jabón
se
de
usa
coco Varela.
para prendas delicadas.
No, y para personas
Eh,
delicadas de la piel,
sí,
como Fer y como
sí.
yo. Entonces,
Toca, a nosotros nos
lavamos con
toca.
jabón de coco,
Sí,
porque me acuerdo una vez, a mí a veces me da alergia, a veces no, pero a Fer sí le da mucha alergia. Y me acuerdo una vez que le lavamos hace mucho tiempo una pijamita con otro detergente. Eso fue
sí,
apenas estábamos en el anterior apartamento.
sí.
Pobrecita y le dio mucha alergia.
Mucha.
Entonces, jabón de coco es el mejor amigo de los
Mm,
alérgicos.
Y de los calzones.
Cosette Paz dice de coco. Sí, de coco. Pues sí, es que acá se llama jabón de coco. Y la marca es Coco Varela.
Oye, pero
Eh,
¿y por qué será? ¿Tiene aceite de coco o algo?
mm, a ver,
¿Es una emulsión de un aceite de coco?
yo supongo que tiene aceite de coco, pero a ver, miremos.
So, by the way, I don't have my drawing set. So, the idea is just to have this mush that we are going to eventually shape into the final drawing and to be okay with that. I had a nicer drawing underneath, but I wasn't going to try to follow that. So, I was just loosely basing my composition on that little bit of drawing. But now we just paint and we try to paint um, big shapes of color, big areas, big relationships, and trying desperately not to fall into the trap of saying, like, for example, I am a little bit here, but I'm struggling a little bit to find my proportions. Where those eyes are going to be. So I'm trying to put down little notes to see where those eyes would fall. But the idea is to like fight with this for a long time so that we can eventually get to a place where we say, okay, that's my drawing.
Pues no encontré exacto, pero dice, es una marca especialmente desarrollada para el lavado de prendas delicadas y
Mm.
follajes.
Follajes.
Sí.
What?
Eh,
¿Qué es un follaje? O sea, ahora sí es el jabón de Ricardo, entonces. The
eh,
Leaf Veiled Boy.
follajes. ¿Tela?
Como una manera bonita de decirle a los calzones.
No, no sé. No sé.
No,
¿Qué?
nunca había oído. Sí,
Follajes, porque yo pensé que follajes era como lo de las hojas.
pues sí, para mí esa es la única definición de follaje.
De pronto sirve para lavar plantas.
No, empecemos.
¿Qué sabe uno? No, obvio no. Ahorita busco porque no me apareció. Dice, su fórmula balanceada con ingredientes naturales le permite remover la mugre.
Esa es propaganda. Apenas lo leíste. Fórmula balanceada con ingredientes naturales. Para mí, yo creo que yo oí eso en televisión
Con
colombiana.
todo.
Con todo shampoo,
Sí,
todo jabón, toda crema de dientes,
sí,
todo,
sí, sí.
todo producto de aseo decía esas cosas.
No,
Literalmente esas
ahora
cosas.
encontré, o sea, escribí jabón de coco varela y
Sí.
la recomendación es para la cara. Yo
A
no
mí
sé
me
de
da un
eso,
poquito de
pero por favor,
susto.
si yo pudiera dar mi consejo, nunca,
Pues en teoría
nunca.
debe ser mucho más suave que un jabón.
No, pero es que mi amor, uno no se debería lavar la cara con un jabón tampoco. Porque
¿Es
es que
cierto?
el jabón de cara en realidad no tiene un jabón. Es un limpiador, pero no tiene un jabón.
Bueno, el de Cetaphil es
No
buen
es jabón.
jabón, pero se puede lavar con ese jabón.
Pero porque no es un jabón, es un limpiador. Por eso te digo, son distintos.
Sí, por ejemplo, ese jabón nunca serviría para mis pinceles, el Cetaphil.
Porque no es un jabón.
No quita, sí, esa vaina no quita mugre.
A ver. eh, Miremos a ver qué está diciendo la gente, porque acá nosotros hablando.
Sí,
Em,
pero
Dice,
siendo súper honestos, estoy seguro que cada país tiene un jabón para lavar calzones en la ducha. O sea,
sí.
seamos súper honestos.
Pues es
Cada
que igual
país
acá,
tiene que. O
no,
sea,
igual es que acá venden como, yo me acuerdo de uno que se llama como panty algo, que tiene hasta la cosita para ponerlo en la ducha,
no lo
que es,
conozco.
sí, como panty shower, creo que se llama.
No,
Sí, mira, panty shower, jabón. Lo que pasa es que es súper perfumado y eso no es bueno.
no,
Panty shower, míralo.
no, yo
Mira,
nunca.
mira,
No, nunca lo había visto.
siempre lo vi yo.
No,
Sí. Bueno, no importa.
sí.
Cosette dice, a mí me da alergia, pero la hago con uno antialérgico. Oh, ¿orgánico? No sé si orgánico. No sé si el jabón de coco varela es orgánico.
No,
Pero,
yo tampoco. No, porque esta
ah,
vaina tiene como 50 años, 100 años.
sí,
Cuando
ese y
la
el
gente no
jabón
hacía
rey.
cosas orgánicas.
Que mi abuela, mi abuelita Aura,
Sí.
dice que el jabón rey es lo mejor para lavarse el pelo.
Dicen que era bueno
Y
para
mi
la
abuela,
calvicie. A mí
y mi
nunca me llegó
abuela,
el memo, pero
mi abuela tenía el pelo divino. Y me
sí.
decía, como los primeros 2 meses, 3 meses, va a estar horrible el pelo. Y yo decía,
Sí.
¿y uno cómo va a estar 2 meses, 3 meses con el pelo?
Aguántese, mija.
Sí, porque ella me decía, no va a limpiar nada, entonces se va a ver horrible. Al principio se pone súper grasoso y después súper seco.
No,
Pero después de
pobre
3 meses y
cuerpo.
yo decía, uy, no.
Pobre cuerpo ahí como tratando de superar eso. Ugh.
Em, Marcelo Peralta said, same thing here, even the same name. Sabao de coco. I don't know how to say it.
So there we go. So it's
Sabó,
not.
sabó de coco. I
Yeah.
don't know. Ricardo dice, estoy comiendo ceviche peruano.
Qué
Dice,
bueno.
cough, cough, the only ceviche.
Cierto, cierto.
Y viendo Sailor Moon, jajaja. Y dice, jajaja, jamón, ¿qué? Jamón
Jam-
patrocinado por Liv. Amo Cetaphil facial wash with a nourishing formula made for all types of skin types. This soap does not strip your skin of essential oils, but it's at your local Walgreens pharmacy. Cetaphil es muy bueno.
Sí.
Y hay una marca muy parecida que se llama CeraVe. CeraVe. También es muy, muy bueno.
Cetaphil es lo único que salva a mi Fer.
Sí, la crema.
La crema y el jabón, toda esa,
A mí, lo
como
que
para
pasa es que,
dermatitis atópica,
mm,
es fantástica.
lo que pasa es que el limpiador que es para la cara,
Sí.
yo no lo puedo usar porque tiene parabenos.
No sí, tú me
No,
has
pues
dicho
te
que
estoy
Cetaphil
contando.
tiene, sí.
No, no todos. El limpiador sé que tiene.
Mm,
Porque es que a veces no es como que toda la marca tiene parabenos, sino que algunos productos.
para Venus.
Margo dice, aquí tenemos un jabón para lavar la ropa que se llama Lagarto. Yo lo uso para lavar los pinceles.
Lagarto. Ay, no.
Gemini
Yeah?
was saying, can you draw a dog later?
Can I draw a dog? I could try, but it's not going to be a Kim Jong-gi dog, by the way.
You know what's gonna be amazing?
What's that? Not my dog.
When we have our chili.
Oh, yeah. Get ready for 2023.
Yeah.
Is going to be like...
Full of chili.
Yeah, I think it's going to be paintings of
Sí.
our dog.
Our
and
chili's lives.
I don't know if people are going to like that or not.
Yeah.
In many ways, I don't know if I care if people don't like it. But I think there's going to be a lot of dog.
Yeah, maybe the people
The
that
year
said...
of the dog.
Yeah, maybe the people that said, you only paint Danny. They're going to be like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, if you've
Now
been
you
watching
only
like visual
chili.
correspondence and you're like, oh, finally Nicolas is doing like some illustration work because we're so tired of like, this is a Samu painting, this is a Fair painting, this is a Danny painting, this is a Mother painting. It's like, dude, we know your family. It's like,
now
stop.
you're going to know our dog.
Oh, you just wait for the dog years.
Yes, I'm so excited. Ricardo said, it better be a Kim Jong-gi dog or else.
No. I'm checking out right now
Eh,
because I can't do that.
Luis Bonsanto dice, correcto, aceite de coco es uno de los ingredientes del jabón. Aquí se usa jabón Las Llaves, que contiene aceite de coco también. Saludos desde Venezuela.
¿Por qué no se pueden llamar normal? ¿Por
Pues
qué
sí,
no?
la
Jabón
verdad
El
tengo
Rey.
que decir acá, pues pero acá el jabón de coco se llama jabón de coco.
Sí, acá esa es la
Hay
marca
uno,
del
Las
ingrediente.
Llaves, lagarto.
Sí, ¿qué es eso? El lagarto.
Ese me pareció chistoso.
No, por Dios.
Las llaves, además. ¿Compraste las llaves? Ay, jue madre.
Se me
Se
cayeron
me
las
quedaron.
llaves.
Cody Winnicky said, Catherine posted a very nice dog painting on the Discord this morning. Oh, let's check it out. I haven't seen it. I don't know why, but it's happening what I thought would happen.
What's that?
Like, I'm talking,
Yeah?
and I don't know why I'm getting congested.
Oh,
If I
because you're
haven't
talking.
been, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys have to,
Discongest, Danny?
no, just get used to my congestion. Where is it? I don't see it. So share your final art, I guess.
Maybe. Well, we don't know if it's a whip or...
No, I don't see it. Inspiring art?
So send Danny the link via DM.
Yeah.
This easiest
Yeah,
way, I feel.
Yeah, I think it's easier. Ricardo
Sí, yes.
said Nico proceeds to draw a lot of cubes in perspective.
No. Dude, that's my hell. I don't know how to do that.
Ricardo también dice, en Perú hay un jabón que se llama Ayudín
No, pero ¿qué está pasando?
y decía, y la cancioncita decía, Ayudín a la grasa le pone fin. Ay, pero acá había
Ayudín,
una...
A la grasa le pone
No, ¿cómo
fin.
era?
No sé, pero me acabo de inventar el jingle de Ayudín.
No, y típico así era, pero había algo que... Mr. Músculo, como era el...
No, ni idea. Pero es que Mr. Músculo no es nuestro.
Cody said, it's in the pets section.
Why would it be there, right?
Pets.
Closets.
Yeah. Oh, it's super cute. I love it. Catherine, I want to know about your dog. Look.
Can I see? That's really nice.
Yeah, I love it. So, let's see if maybe... I've never seen this part of the
Dog?
of the Discord.
Oh.
This part of the dog.
I don't know. Maybe you were looking at some anatomical...
They're sharing pictures of their dogs and
oh,
cats.
very cute.
I
Well,
like
not
that.
so cute.
So it's gonna be full of chili paintings.
I hope that...
Adri Mendoza dice, hola, ¿cuál es el link al Discord? Y Adri también dice, en Costa Rica no hay un jabón para los calzones.
No puede ser.
Yo creo que
No,
es que,
no lo
a ver,
creo, no lo creo.
a ver, el jabón coco no es como que diga para calzones,
Ah, sí, no.
pero
Buenas, ¿tiene jabón para los
popularmente
calzones? Sí.
es usado para lavar ropa interior femenina, sobre todo.
Pues porque es por eso yo
Pues
dije
porque no altera el pH, eso es lo que
prendas,
pasa.
yo por eso al principio dije prendas
Delicadas.
delicadas.
Ujú.
Entonces, pues,
¿Y cuál es el link? Entonces, Adri, lo que pasa es que hay una persona de, eh,
el chat
de nosotros, sí, de acá, del chat que se
de
conecta al
de este
chat de
universo.
este universo, sí, que se llama Liad. Y Liad nos hizo el favor a Nicolás y a mí de crear como un OPL, Discord, que es donde hay varias personas de OPL y comparten cosas de OPL. Digo toda esta historia porque,
Pues no de OPL, de ellos, de sus...
sí, pues como que digamos que el punto de inflexión de todos de pronto fue Our Painted Lives, como el punto,
¿De encuentro?
sí, sonó muy raro.
Inflexión, sí.
Bueno, el punto en el que todos se conocieron fue por Our Painted Lives, pero digo toda esta carreta porque la verdad, Nicolás y yo no participamos
Pues,
activamente,
no, así
entonces
activamente no.
aceptamos la invitación que nos mandó Liat
Somos
y
como más lurkers,
exacto,
como
exacto. Y estamos ahí como usuarios, pero no,
miramos.
exacto. Entonces voy a buscar el link, debe estar acá. Me toca meterme acá al correo. Discord. Listo. Entonces ya dicha toda la carreta,
Mm, ya hiciste carreta varias
30
veces.
veces, sí.
Sí,
De
sí.
pronto dirán que, quién sabe si en
Mm,
Costa Rica carreta es. Carreta es como hablar mucho, como,
mm. ¿Hablar mucha paja, dirías?
pero tampoco que van a entender.
Y yo estoy seguro es que hay un país donde hay jabón carreta.
Y jamón paja. Catherine Kenny said, "Oh, thanks so much." Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
What?
Catherine was saying he passed away in March. Actually,
Oh,
he was a beagle slash Sharpei cross named Mason. I look forward to many chili paintings. I'm looking for a new puppy this summer.
oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It's
very sorry.
a very nice way of remembering Mason, and it's a very cool painting, but we are so sorry for your loss, Catherine. Ricardo dice, I use a dried tube of cadmium red as a soap.
Well, that's not a good idea.
Cosette dice, expliquen qué es eso. Yo que ya ni idea. ¿Qué? ¿Qué de todo, Cosette?
Más específica, Cosette, por
Sí.
favor.
Margo dice, pues me acabo de acordar que mi padre trabajó de joven en una fábrica de jabón que se llamaba Dos Llaves.
¿Dos llaves?
Entonces las llaves y dos llaves.
Algo pasó ahí.
Sí, y acá debe haber alguno. Sí.
Llavería.
El llavero, sí. TY was saying, Nicolás, who would you
Yes.
say is the one best painter to ever exist?
Oh,
Pretend like you
Rembrandt.
absolutely had to pick one person
Rembrandt.
or lose an eye.
Yeah, Rembrandt. No, to me, it's like, I don't even think about it. I know there's an argument for like Velázquez, maybe. Prince of Painters. I don't know if there's argument for many other painters, you know, like best painters ever. But to me, it's Rembrandt, like hands down.
So, soap.
Oh, we got there.
Um,
Finally. Ruined.
So I'm gonna go back to when people were saying hi
Yes, please.
because I skipped a couple of comments talking about
Yes.
soaps
Oh.
in Latin America. So
Oh. This
soap.
is, yeah, soap.
Mao Hilgard and Gyu and
Yeah.
Sara S were saying hi. Hi Mao, Gyu,
Hey.
and Sarah. When you just started painting,
Yes.
so let's say you were kind of 8 brush strokes into
Into it?
the painting.
Okay, I don't know what that looked like
Cody
anymore.
Winnicke said, I love this early stage in painting when you can just read the light and dark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I liked that moment. Then I ruined it, and now it's better. So I think that it's gone into like 3 stages for now.
Luca Guadaño dice, hola buenas. Hola Luca.
Hola, Luca.
Brady Fellow said, Marcelo, I think my friend was talking about that guy. And Marcelo was talking about, remember David Bull's YouTube channel about traditional Japanese woodcut?
Oh, cool.
So Brady Fellows was saying, I think my friend was talking about that guy, but he couldn't remember his name. So thank you. Amazing profile pic / logo / signature thing also. They were saying tu Peralta. Tu Marcelo Peralta.
Okay, no, but he's okay with that, I feel. Marcelo, is this the dude? Because there's an old American guy that I saw a documentary on him that he is one of the few, I think he's probably the only American that lives in Japan in this village that they do like traditional woodcuts. And he is like, he learned from just master craftsmen over there. And he is now one of the few people that can actually do that also. And I remember seeing this documentary because he was working with his kid that was doing like video game like adaptations. If you were turning video, if you were crossing like I don't know, ukiyo-e with video games, then he was doing like these weird Super Mario Bros. Like I remember Mario Kart or something like Mario Kart that he did, and he did what else did he do? Oh God, I'm trying to remember. He's done a bunch of video games, but Shadow of the Colossus, maybe he was doing something with Shadow of the Colossus. But yeah, tell me if we're thinking about the same dude. He's super cool, like super weird but quirky, old, like bearded guy. I actually saw that documentary and it was like really, really fascinating. So maybe it's the same guy. Maybe.
And I was going to say regarding Marcelo's image.
Yeah.
Because I've always thought of it as an ex libris.
Let me see, because I don't...
It says per alta, like this, but it really
very
looks
nice.
like an ex libris.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to know if it is one, or if it was conceived as one.
Oh, I don't know that one. Because I know his face. I know Marcelo's face in Instagram, so...
And I know Marcelo's image here. I get used to people's like tiny images.
Yeah.
There's people that don't use an image.
Yeah.
But usually they're in the same color always. So
Yeah.
for example, Robin is always an R in orange, in an orange circle.
Yeah, because the thing is, you have to have Google. Usually, it's yeah. I think it's your Google account, but nobody has like avatars for like or thumbnails for Google. Nobody. It's
No,
like
but
when you do your email.
Here, there you would be surprised.
Yeah, but there's a
'Cause-
lot of people that don't. I
Well-
think I changed mine. I don't even know if all of my Google accounts have images because I never cared to have like an image in those.
Liad was saying hello.
Hey, Liat.
Hi, Liad. Let's see. Stu Tony was saying about working big to small. Are you referencing big value shapes from shapes or both? Form shapes? Okay, I'm sorry. So,
Okay.
are you referencing big value shapes, form shapes, or both? Is it incremental from there to next biggest shapes? So I'm gonna go get a little bit of water.
No, I think I go. Do you want this? It has.
Carbonated?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
No, the thing is that I don't want to give you a flu.
Well, that time has. I mean.
Well, but that's your excuse for not letting me hug you. So,
Yeah. Off limits.
So no, give me the water, and then I'll clean the bottle. Thank
What?
you.
No, you don't have to. You can drink all of it. Don't
No, the
worry.
thing is that I really think I need it now. Getting
Yeah.
more
So, answering your question, who was that asking? I'm sorry.
Stu Tony.
Stu.
Stu Tony. Yeah.
So Stu, I think I'm super jumbled as a painter, so I don't know if there's a ton of structure regarding what I do, but I can tell you this. I do go from large masses of color. I try to abstract the my knowledge of form. So I'm not always just thinking about structure. In my case, I think it's a little bit limiting when I think of structure. So if I always think of like, okay, how how do I understand in terms of a volume, in terms of like the traveling of this space, this form? How much do I know about this form? How much can I understand about this shape? How can I break it into like these geometric facets and make them turn in space? If I do that, it turns super boring for me. I think there are a bunch of artists, a bunch of painters that do that wonderfully, that really enjoy and make it, a habit upon themselves to do that with every single shape that they see. I just don't have that in me. I really don't. I think it's a lack of knowledge, but it's also I try to find a balance between the stuff that I do know, but also the stuff that I want to happen during the making of a painting that can be surprising. Because if it's always about the stuff that I know, then painting becomes like predictable to me. Like I would sit down and I would say, okay, I kind of know myself as a painter already. I can not fully envision what this painting is going to look like, but I can kind of, know what I'm about to face when I try to tackle a painting in like 3.5 hours. So to make it exciting for myself, I always let myself go to a point where it's like, yeah, I understand how form is turning here, specifically like when it has to do with the human body. Like I'm fairly familiar with that. But there's always a point where I go, that's enough. That's enough, because I want other things happening here. I want things that are wrong to happen here that are going to make me feel like, oh my God, this is an exciting painting to paint because I have to solve this now. And I can't solve this based on my prior knowledge or the little bit of knowledge that I think I know. But I have to pay attention to my painting and just juggle a lot of things and try to like desperately find a way out. So I'm always trying to find like a very healthy for me, balance between what I think I know and what I'm hoping happens, during a painting. So the way in which I try to put myself in that situation where I'm constantly surprised, is by abstracting things, by taking sort of the rational part of your understanding out of the equation. So even though I'll say, oh, that's a forehead and it's doing this, this, and this, and it's turning like this, I also tell myself, yeah, but I know that there's, I can see the plane breaking there in the forehead, but I'm also having this very sensible reaction to what I'm looking at and saying, that feels very ochre-y, very, kind of a cool yellowy light running across that forehead. So which one wins? The fact that I know that it has to turn, or the fact that my sensitivity is telling me just drag a big brushstroke across that forehead, because that's how it feels like. So it's always a battle between something like how I feel about something and how I'm perceiving it, and the little bit that I know. So what that translates to usually is just me having like this kind of breakdown, because I think I had like a somewhat coherent drawing underneath, and then I put paint down, and I think initially it was okay, but then I started breaking it down, and then my drawing was falling apart. I totally sensed it. So that's why I started putting all these little marks, just saying, okay, settle down, find your way again. But now I have like a mixture of everything. I have a mix of me trying to get some value relationships down, so some temperature relationships down, and now it's about trying to find a balance with all the things that I've put down, with all the things that I'm hinting at, saying, okay, now we have to do a painting. Now we have to put all of these things together in a single painting. But the point in today's video is to go about doing that in a very kind of organic way. Well, it may be like a jumbled way. So I'm going to finish where I started, saying that I don't know how well of a structured painter I am. I've always had this this fear that I don't know how good I am, for example, as a teacher for people that are just starting out, because I know that I can teach them how to be fearless, which is very important when you're a painter, because painters are usually hyper respectful of painting, of paint. And because you're hyper respectful of paint, you don't take chances. And because you don't take chances, you don't push forward. And many, many times when painting, you need to push forward. You need to push to try to find your way. So it's not always about control. If control was the only way to advance, then every single painter would look the same or would feel the same. So I don't know how good I am. And I would always suggest, if I was being really honest, I would suggest people have maybe right next to the things that I say, or a parallel to maybe a class that they were taking with me, somebody who was also far more structured, teaching them, how to go about painting, because I really do think you need that push and pull. I really do feel that you need those two sides. I know that I am like and I feel super comfortable being like the cheerleader part of the pushing, the one person that, if you come up to me and say, well, I'm not sure if I should, you don't even have to finish that sentence. I would always say, do it. We have to find out what you're trying to look for there. Like, I would be the first person that's super excited to say, do it. Let's break it and see what happens. And I always have faith in myself and in other people. And I always have faith in painting, where is that fair maybe? Oh, so probably not. Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay. So I really do feel that you do need both. So just to go back to what I was saying, I really do feel that you need both. I'm not the best example of how to do this like in an orderly fashion. I know I'm not. But I think that I'm a good example at showing how, if you have enough structure, if you have enough discipline, even though it's underneath, even if it's like way, underneath what is apparent to, everyone else watching you paint, that discipline can hold you. That discipline can really, really hold together your ability to just, make a mess out of things. And it's like super exciting to see when you can just put your painting almost like at risk of being completely just kind of like crumbling under the pressure of you being reactive, let's say. When you allow yourself to say, I want my painting to feel kind of that fear that it's about to fall apart, but it's also so exciting to know that when you are able to push through, when you're able to like say, I saved this, well, not saved, but I actually was able to take this painting somewhere that, initially I felt that it was gone. Like initially I felt this painting is, there's nothing we can do about it. It's beyond saving. But when you can do that, and you show yourself, you prove to yourself that it was not beyond saving. It was just, it was just showing you that a painting can be so malleable, and it's so strong that it can take, hundreds of bad decisions. It can withstand hundreds of bad choices, and mistake upon mistake upon mistake upon mistake. And you can always redirect it. Always, always, always. I never look at a painting and say, oh my God, let's scrape this. Like, let's throw this to the garbage. You can scrape, you can lightly scrape, because if there's a ton of paint on top, it's just going to make it harder. But you can always redirect the painting. Always, no matter where you are. So I think my example of painting is usually one that tries to hold on to like bigger ideas of painting, bigger notions of painting, abstract notions of painting, and then I desperately try to redirect it. Desperately try to say, okay, I think we went too far. Let's redirect this. So,
¿Me puedes ayudar poniendo? Es que está en la otra. O sea, escríbelo acá abajo. Es que no tengo la que...
no, it's okay.
So Robin was saying, ha, look at that, naranja. Yeah. Orange. Your logo is always with an orange circle. Damián Alquichire dice, hola, Nicolás, una pregunta.
Sí, por
de
favor.
pintores colombianos de este u otro siglo, ¿cuál sería tu top 3 favoritos?
De pintores colombianos de este u otro siglo.
Ajá.
Conozco pintores que respeto muchísimo,
Gracias.
jóvenes. No sé si esa sea además, Lindita, la verdad.
No, sí es.
Conozco pintores,
No.
conocemos pintores personalmente hoy en día que son fantásticos, y yo creo que, Lindita, podemos hasta compartir los Instagrams.
¿De los pintores de hoy en
Sí.
día? Sí.
Sí, entonces,
Sí. Ahorita te parece si
y mira,
aviso en la portería para que me avisen.
no pasa nada. Si quieres,
Es que no.
bajamos cuando timbre
Listo.
el citófono, no
Listo,
pasa
listo.
nada.
Entonces,
Curioso porque abrí mi Instagram y Alejandro Cintura me apareció de una.
que 100% tiene
Sí,
que estar.
Alejandro.
Entonces, discúlpame, voy a entrar a tu Instagram que está abierto acá
Ah, perfecto.
para escribir. Entonces, Alejandro.
Sí,
Los
porque
que tú
Alejandro
me
es
vayas
como
diciendo porque
guión al piso, Alejandro guión al piso.
sí, no, es Alejandro, no Alejandro.
Alejandro. Uy,
Sí.
no lo leí bien.
Entonces,
Muy
para
recomendado,
irnos escribiendo.
se me hace un pintor, pero fantástico,
Sí,
fantástico. Javi, creo que...
sí, Javier Morales.
Y el Instagram es Javier Morales, así nomás.
Ya miro. Es que por eso abrí.
Javier Morales Casas.
¿Cuál
es-
es que él tiene 2 cuentas, espera.
No, creo que Javier Morales Casas es la de su arte.
Sí,
Sí, 100%.
entonces
Javi
Javier.
también es un artista, pues él es como multidisciplinar, pero multidisciplinario.
Sí,
Y es un monstruo.
sí.
Es una barbaridad de pintor.
Sí, y es un amigo nuestro que queremos mucho.
Sí,
Además.
sí. Germán Telles, gato,
Ajá.
es un pintorzazo también. Él es un animal para pintar.
Espérate un segundito, es que tengo que ir buscando los.
Bueno, tú.
Germán
has-
Telles Art, sí.
Sí. Colombiana adoptada, voy a decir.
Ajá.
Voy a decir a Gracina Samosir.
Sí, Grace fue, así sea por un tiempo.
No, para mí ella puede
Colombiana
decir que fue
adoptada.
colombiana.
Sí.
O sea, ella comió
Ay,
cuajada con
no,
melado.
y conmigo comía papitas criollas.
Sí,
Siempre
si uno
salíamos
come si uno se
a
come una papa
comernos
criolla,
papitas criollas.
es fantástica.
Manimoto.
Si uno
Comió
come
manimoto.
manimoto, uno es
Manimoto de limón, además, que es
Horrible.
uno nuevo. Pues
Sí.
nuevo en esa época, no sé. Listo. ¿Quién más?
Podemos a Esteban Ocampo. Esteban es un
Espérate un
pintorzazo
momento.
así absurdo también.
Esteban. Que no es familiar mío, aunque tenga el mismo apellido.
No.
Pues aclaro. No creo que nadie tenga la duda, pero aclaro. Y yo lo aclaro porque mi tío se llamaba Esteban Ocampo, entonces
Sí.
para mí es curioso conocer una persona que tenga apellido Campo. La verdad nunca he conocido. Ah, bueno, me acuerdo. Creo que yo no lo conocí, o de pronto sí, no me
Ujú.
acuerdo.
No sé.
Pero era el hermano, no, era el amigo
Sí.
de un amigo
Sí, no sé a dónde
y
vamos con esto,
se
pero
llamaba
bueno.
Daniel Ocampo
Bueno,
y tenía una hermana que se llamaba Natalia Ocampo. Entonces es
bueno.
muy chistoso. Sí, no importa.
Sí.
¿Quién más? Sigo
Luisita,
buscando.
por ejemplo.
Luisa
Eh,
Beltrán.
sí, creo que es Lu.
Luisa.
Lu,
Ay,
creo que
espera.
es el
Sí,
Instagram de
pero
ella.
no, es que busco por nombre, me queda más fácil escribir el nombre.
Lu Beltrán, es el lu.beltrán.c.
Luisa.
Es el Instagram de Luisita.
eh,
Yo creo que Grace y Luisita
ujú,
son dos de las personas más como talentosas que yo he visto en mi vida. O sea, Grace es una cosa de
mm.
otro planeta. O sea, la capacidad de Grace para dibujar es una cosa que literalmente es como de otro mundo. O sea, ella es excepcional.
Tu mamá dice, Luis Caballero, un gran pintor de ayer, de hoy y de siempre.
Siempre, bueno, mi mamá se fue con
Sí.
clásicos, que para mí es como el mejor artista colombiano de toda la historia, la
Ujú.
verdad. Estaba tratando como de evadir ahí a Caballero como para empezar como por gente un poquitico
Artistas
más joven.
jóvenes,
Sí, sí, sí. Porque es que sí,
actuales.
sí, sí, porque es que si yo pienso en Caballero, yo dejo de pensar en más gente. Porque es que para mí Luis Caballero es como el monstruo más grande así que ha
Eh,
tenido el arte colombiano. Eh,
ahí
pero
ya
lo,
mandé los arrobas por si
sí,
alguien quiere mirar los Instagrams
sí, pero lo que venía diciendo
de Luisita y
de
de Grace.
Luisita y de Grace. Grace a mí me impresionó muchísimo,
Mm.
muchísimo, porque es como un talento de esos. No, no quiero decir innato, porque Grace siempre ha sido como súper disciplinada con lo que
Ujú.
hace. Eh, entonces, seguramente es una mezcla de disciplina
Talento innato.
y de capacidad natural
Sí,
que tiene. Pero
sí, sí,
pues
sí.
uno se da cuenta, normalmente la gente que tiene esa capacidad natural también trabaja una barbaridad y
Sí, sí,
Grace
sí.
trabajaba y todavía, o sea, es una máquina de dibujar, o sea,
Mm.
ella nos da clase a todos nosotros con respecto al dibujo,
Mm.
es una cosa,
Sí,
pero,
impresionante.
y además como Grace se ha concentrado muchísimo con su dibujo
Ujú.
en los últimos años y o sea, no es por encasillarla, pero porque yo siento que eso tampoco es encasillar a nadie, pero pienso que Grace es una persona que es lo que está haciendo por el dibujo, ella es una labor maravillosa. O sea, yo nunca me sentiría encasillado si alguien me dice que soy pintor, por ejemplo. O sea,
No.
nunca me sentiría mal de, ay, no, pero yo soy ese artista o, no, 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 yo soy pintor. O sea, yo me siento súper tranquilo siendo pintor. Y pensándolo así, no queriendo como imponerle a Grace nada, sino pensándolo dentro de digamos, dentro de ese marco, yo pienso que ella es una dibujante, pero monstruosa. O sea, ella
Cosette
es
dice Grace. Sí, se llama, ahí está el arroba, es Graceina
Gracina,
Samosir.
Gracina.
Gracina, yo siempre dije Graceina.
No,
Se escribe Grace Ina.
es por eso Gracina.
Graceina.
Gracina, no.
I always said, well, I called her by,
Graciela, and
I
she,
called her Graciela jokingly,
yeah,
like
yeah,
in a loving way.
yeah, very loving way.
Mm,
She knows that we adore her, so.
yeah.
Uh,
Cosette dice gracias.
sí, sí. Por eso dije que Grace es como una hija adoptiva colombiana. Pero yo creo que todo el mundo que la conoció acá, como que la recuerda a ella y la quiere muchísimo.
Mm.
Y
Pues, y
Luisita,
recuerda lo talentosa.
no, pues sí, es que el talento que tiene es como desbordante. O
Mm.
sea, es una cosa, de nuevo,
Impresionante.
excepcional,
Sí,
excepcional. Y Luisa Beltrán, es que
sí,
no sé,
también
no
una
sé
máquina.
cómo más hablar de Luisita. O sea, yo la quiero muchísimo, la conocí muy joven a Luisita. Comenzando ya era una persona súper, súper
Mm.
disciplinada. Creo que ese es como la mayor virtud que tiene Luisita, que es que, o sea, se traza una meta
Sí,
y recoge la información como necesaria para llegar a esa meta
sí.
y se pone a trabajar, o sea, como nadie.
Mm.
Y como que entiende, hace un esfuerzo por entender lo que tiene que hacer, entender las cosas y ya.
Sí, 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 porque unido a la capacidad que tiene, lo
Sí.
que dices, tiene una dedicación
No, es una
que no
locura.
la tiene todo el
No,
mundo,
es una
que no la
locura.
tiene casi nadie, diría yo,
Sí,
porque es impresionante la manera en la que, como tú dices, se fija en algo que quiere lograr y lo hace y lo hace y lo hace incansablemente. Entonces, sí.
sí, con Luisita voy a aceptar algo acá. Voy a decirles algo que suena como como exagerado, pero es como, o no sé si exagerado, pero yo,
¿Qué vas a decir?
no es nada malo,
No, pues obvio no malo, sino que...
incluso es como de las cosas como, o sea, de que me hacen a mí sentir como, puf, y es que, y por ejemplo es algo que siento también como con Gato, o siento como con Juan Ruiz, o siento con Luisita,
Ujú,
que es que yo, por ejemplo, en mi vida he hecho pintura, pero
ujú.
yo siempre creo que yo he sido un pintor que como que se aburre, no me aburro rápido, sino como que quiero seguir y seguir y seguir y seguir y seguir.
Ujú.
Y no es seguir como haciendo más o haciendo cosas más sofisticadas o más avanzadas. No, no, no. Por ejemplo, en mi camino el seguir me ha hecho como hacer una pintura mucho más como, no sé, como sencilla, yo creo. Me
Ujú.
ha convertido en un pintor mucho más sencillo. Entonces uno podría argumentar que es como menos sofisticado, menos complejo. Eh, pero Luisita, pues yo fui profe de Luisita, y Luisita muchas veces hacía pinturas que yo sentía que eran como pinturas que yo hubiera querido hacer, pero mejor, mucho mejor de lo que yo las hubiera podido hacer. O
Ujú.
sea, como que yo me veía mucho en la pintura de Luisita, pero me veía también como la mejor, o sea, una versión muchísimo mejor de cosas de las que yo hubiera podido hacer. Y con Gato, que pues fue mi estudiante hace muchísimo tiempo, Gato hay veces hace cosas que yo digo, uy, yo hubiera querido hacer eso, pero yo lo hubiera hecho mil veces peor de lo que lo hace él. O con Juan me pasa que Juan, pues bueno, Juan nunca fue mi estudiante, honestamente, pero hay como mucha, y seguramente con cosas que yo hacía antes, hay como mucha conexión
Como
entre lo que Juan
afinidad.
hace, sí, entre lo que Juan hace y lo que yo de pronto hacía antes. Y Juan, por ejemplo, hace pinturas muchísimo más arriesgadas de lo que yo como que hubiera querido ser en algún momento.
Ujú,
Entonces, como que todos ellos me muestran el potencial de algo que yo hubiera podido haber hecho, pero mil veces mejor de lo que yo hubiera podido hacerlo.
ujú.
Entonces, a mí se me hace súper bonito eso porque, pues, con dos de esas personas, con Gato y con Luisita, pues yo tuve la fortuna de acompañarlos en algún momento en la vida, pero pues ellos han seguido haciendo sus propias cosas de maneras mucho más chéveres de las que yo hubiera podido como enseñarles. O sea, como que yo con ellos siento que lo que uno le puede enseñar a un ser humano es muy poquito, es muy,
Ujú.
muy poquito. Por ejemplo, el, el conocimiento, o el nivel de conocimiento que yo tengo es muy limitado, y siempre sentí que yo les podía dar solo eso, y que después de eso pues no podía dar más,
Ujú.
y que después eran ellos. Y después me impresionó porque, o sea, para mí era como ese es mi punto, ese es el punto donde yo ya no sé más. Y ellos hacían de ese punto como, listo, nosotros vamos a seguir con esto, y ¡buf! Como que se me explota el cerebro porque a mí me pasaba mucho, mucho con Luisita. Yo decía, wash, o sea, Luisita está haciendo esa pintura que yo no sé hacer tan bien. Entonces, y no quiero poner a Luisita dentro de mis términos, porque eso también puede sonar súper irrespetuoso a la capacidad y al talento que tiene ella, porque yo no es que la pueda, o sea, ella no, nunca se debería entender bajo mis términos. Ella es una artista, ella, y es una artista
Ujú.
integral. Ella es un ser humano distinto y es una persona fascinante con una historia que solo le pertenece a ella. Es impresionante. Lo único es que desde donde yo estoy, que es como desde el espacio que yo pude ocupar en la vida de ella por un pedacito chiquito de tiempo, pues obviamente yo solo puedo referenciarla
Pues desde
desde las cosas
tu
que yo le
vida.
pude, le pude ofrecer, desde,
Ujú.
desde lo poquito que les pude ofrecer a ellos. Y desde ahí es donde digo, wash, o sea, es muy lindo encontrarse a personas que uno dice, o sea, ese pedacito que yo les pude ofrecer era un pedacito de mi universo, pero ellos hacen que mi universo se vea chiquitico. O sea, ellos me mostraron como que lo que yo podía hacer era solo una parte chiquitica, y que en manos de otras personas se puede volver más chévere y más chévere y más chévere y más chévere. Entonces en mi cabeza yo decía, como que siempre decía, estas son versiones de algo que yo hubiera querido hacer, pero muchísimo mejores, muchísimo más chéveres de lo que yo alguna vez las pude haber hecho. Entonces, de pronto por eso les tengo un cariño y un respeto enorme a Nicolás Lich, que Nicolás lo hemos nombrado muchísimo dentro
Ujú.
de las conversaciones que tenemos.
Sí.
Ush,
Y que nos acompaña también
sí,
mucho
Nicolás,
acá.
Yo, por ejemplo, y Nicolás, más tenemos es como una amistad, porque yo no creo que yo a Nicolás le haya como enseñado mucho en términos de práctica de pintura. Creo
Ujú.
que Nicolás se las guerrió solo y él como que se puso él a tratar de entenderse él mismo como pintor.
Sí, incluso hablamos de eso la última vez que vino a visitarnos,
Sí,
de cómo él, pues yo los oí hablar de cómo él se desarrolló como pintor después de haber
sí,
estudiado. O
sí,
sea, de
100%.
cómo ese periodo de estudiante no lo limita a uno, como es
Nunca.
que ya me graduó y tengo que saber qué tipo de artista soy, sino
Sí,
que él se graduó y empezó
sí, ¿por qué me
como
gradué y
su...
todavía apesto? ¿Qué es esto? O sea, los últimos 4 o 5 años no valieron para nada entonces porque
Ujú,
todavía no soy el artista que quisiera ser.
ujú.
Guau, Nicolás es como de esas personas que uno dice, pero es que ser artista es toda una vida, pintar
Pues
es
y es que
toda la vida.
graduarte tampoco significa nada en términos de un artista, o
Graduarse
sea,
es como ir al baño, y es ir al baño y ya vuelvo. O sea, es una cosa que pasa, no sé por qué dije eso,
sí,
pero
no, no, no
no tiene
sé,
nada, sí, yo no
sí,
sé a dónde voy.
peor analogía del
La
mundo,
peor,
pero
pero es un momentito en la vida de uno, es un momentico chiquitico que puede ser súper significativo o puede ser, o simplemente puede ser como un
ujú.
paso en una escalera que es
Sí,
muchísimo
pero no
más
tiene que
grande.
ser el fin, que
No,
yo creo
nunca.
que mucha gente mientras estudia lo ve así, como
Sí,
bueno, voy a estudiar y cuando me gradúe ya voy a saber qué tipo de artista soy.
sí, me tiene que cambiar la vida y tienen que abrirse
Ajá.
todas las puertas que van a ser las puertas de mi
O
futuro
la
y
gente que habla mucho como de estilo,
sí,
como
o
ya
haber
voy a haber
encontrado,
definido mi estilo. Y es como, pues, es que igual no es como que la línea de tiempo ahí sea como ya, es que todo el mundo ahí va a saber eso. No, pues la línea de tiempo de cada uno es súper distinta. Entonces, puede que haya gente que sabe lo que quiere ser como artista mientras está estudiando, que es, digamos, el caso de una de las personas de las que hablaste, que es Alejandro Cintura,
sí,
que Alejandro sigue siendo estudiante
creo,
y
sí,
sí,
sí, sí,
y es un artista súper completo. O sea, él no tiene que decir, no, es que estoy en el camino de averiguar qué me gusta, no.
sí,
O
no.
sea, él ya sabe que le gusta, ya es muy bueno en lo que le gusta. Y hay otros artistas que de pronto se gradúan y duran años sin conocer eso, como que los mueve como artistas y lo conocen 30 años después de haberse graduado, o 5 años después, o nunca estudian y lo encuentran. Entonces, Cosette dice, Luisa es ceramista también.
Sí, Luisita está ahorita en Canadá.
Ujú.
Ella había hecho como una maestría o
Ella
una
estudió un tiempo en
especialización.
España, me acuerdo.
Sí, ahorita,
Algo de cerámica y después se fue a
des-
Canadá.
y ahorita está en Canadá siguiendo como con ese proceso ahí súper bonito. Más
Ah,
allá de que esté haciendo cerámica ahorita, eh, y pues que esté buscando como como esa expansión de horizontes ahí sensibles, pues para mí, obviamente en el corazón siempre va a ser una pintora, pero así,
impresionante, sí.
sí, de las personas con más disciplina y capacidad que he conocido, o sea, en la vida. Son procesos súper distintos, o sea, Luisita y Grace, por ejemplo, eran personas súper distintas, procesos distintos, sensibilidades distintas, y es muy lindo porque se da uno cuenta que para llegar o sea, para llegar a esos puntos donde uno se empieza a entender como artista,
Como
no,
donde uno se solidifica.
sí, no hay una fórmula, no hay, no
Ujú.
hay, no es que haya un camino, no es que ahora
Exacto,
uno diga, ay, ¿qué fue lo que hizo Grace a esta edad? Y uno tiene que tratar de seguir esos
sí.
pasos. No, pues aparte que si uno trata de seguir los pasos de ella, pues uno ya empezó perdiendo, pero no hay maneras, no,
Pues
no
porque es que
hay,
además son metas muy distintas. O sea, es como evaluar a Luisita con el camino que siguió Grace.
sí, no tiene sentido.
No tiene nada que ver, o sea, no. Briley Moreno said, "This is great for my Spanish learning. Haha,
Oh, dude,
thanks."
Riley, awesome.
And have you got something or just
Uh,
like what?
oh, Briley, I don't know if
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Briley, no,
Because
no,
I don't know what's their level in Spanish.
um,
Because I know that there's people that say I get some words,
yeah,
but I don't get like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And there's other people that say, no, I really get what you're talking about. It's just that I can't like answer back to that.
Yeah, but maybe they just got the part where I was saying that going to school is like going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So,
And maybe they were like, yeah, maybe I'm not understanding.
Probably
'cause
not
I
the best
understood
moment.
Something super
Yeah.
illogical. So,
Well, that's for sure.
eh,
Always.
Julia Tovar
I don't know who that is.
dice, hola, qué gran lista, maravilloso el trabajo de Grace, abrumador.
Sí, Grace.
Damián Alquichire dice, esa lista está brutal, solo conocía el trabajo de Esteban, ya los estoy siguiendo a todos, muchas gracias. Y en cuanto a dibujantes colombianos, también que sean favoritos de ustedes, como para seguir expandiendo la lista.
Adriana Lozano nos gusta mucho.
Sí,
Adriana
pero
Lozano.
pues y Grace entraría
sí,
dentro de esa
sí,
categoría.
Sí, obviamente ya
Sí.
le hicimos toda esa... Ya nos desgastamos en todo lo lindo y todo lo bueno
Nos
que uno puede decir.
regamos en prosa.
Sí, todo lo bonito que uno puede decir acerca de una persona ahí con Grace. Porque es que es así de fantástica, la verdad. Adriana Lozano
Ujú.
nos gusta mucho. Pero es que o sea, solo de dibujantes.
Greñas es muy tierno, muchas gracias, Greñas.
¿Qué dice Greñas? Ah, Greñas es un monstruo. Greñas dibuja.
Dice,
Uf.
en esa lista de pintores debe estar Dani. No, obvio no, pero
Pues-
muchas gracias.
Pues para mí es de las personas que más respeto en mi vida.
No,
Eh,
pero muy, muy lindo, muchas gracias, Greñas.
Sí, pero estamos tratando de sonar unbiased acá porque
Pues sí, porque además cuando a mí me dicen pintores favoritos, pues
No, pues
yo
sí.
decir Nicolás.
No, pues yo digo
es como-
Dani, mi mamá,
Sí.
los dibujos de Fer, de Samu cuando
Sí.
chiquito.
Poppy
Y
G.
ya, y terminamos.
Yo digo Poppy G, sí.
Se acabó la lista. Entonces,
Dibujantes, ay, no sé por qué.
Vanessa
no sé si
Nieto.
te pasa a veces
Vanessa es una artista que me fascina.
que cuando te hacen la pregunta,
Sí, uno se
ese
congela.
como archivo de la cabeza es
Mm.
como ¡pah!
Sí, uno se congela.
Se fue. Sí, sí, sí. Y después uno en el resto del día es como, ay, cómo no me acordé de tal persona.
Sí,
Ay, cómo se me olvidó este.
sí. ¿Sabes cuáles dibujos me fascinan a mí?
¿Cuáles?
No sé si tú tuviste algo con él, de Kalmanovitz, de Manuel Kalmanovitz. Él se llama...
Yo nunca tuve.
Ven cómo es la cuenta de él, porque es
Pues ven
súper
y lo
chévere.
busco.
Ah, bueno, tú hazme ese fa, yo lo sigo.
A ver. Entonces.
Sí, los dibujos de él son espectaculares. A mí me fascinan los dibujos de él. Me fascinan.
No parece. O sea, debe ser que no tiene.
Sí. Ven, yo lo busco.
No. O sea, no tiene el nombre.
De pronto.
Porque es que cuando tienen el nombre, yo puedo buscar el nombre y me dice cuál es el. Como arroba. No sé cómo se llama eso. Es que iba a decir alias, pero eso suena raro.
Sí, en este país sí. ¿Cómo se llama? Ay, yo me estoy tratando de acordar. Espérate, de pronto me acuerdo.
A ver.
Manuel es Revista Matera.
Revista Matera.
Sí.
A ver, espérame.
Revista Matera. A mí me fascina.
Instagram.
Revista Matera.
Revista.
Matera.
Ya.
Revista Matera.
Sí. La intensidad.
Revista Matera. Ay, Juan Astudillo.
Ah, sí. ¿Sabes? Me hace pensar.
J.K. Astudillo. Astudillo es una belleza de ser humano, primero. Es de las personas más lindas que he conocido. Al final de los semestres o al final de algo que yo no sabía que de pronto lo había ayudado, pero él sentía que yo lo había ayudado con algo,
Ujú.
me iba a clase y me llevaba, alguna vez me regaló una Moleskine y me regalaba uvas chéveres,
Sí.
porque a mí me fascinaban, él sabía que me gustaban las uvas
Y a mí
chéveres,
me ponía muy feliz que le regalara uvas chéveres porque
Pues,
pues siempre las tenía que compartir
pues porque me tocaba,
conmigo, sí.
pero sí. Pero Astudillo es un ser humano súper lindo, súper, súper bonito, bonita persona, talentosísimo dibujante, o sea,
Ujú.
talentosísimo.
Cosette Paz dice, ¿y cómo se llama su mamá? ¿Se pueden ver sus obras?
Mi Olguis se llama
Olga María
Olga María
Benninghoff.
Beninhoff. Eh, Cosas de mi Olguis, no sé
No, es
si
que creo
haya...
que... No, acuérdate que la vez pasada buscamos.
Sí, mi Olguis es... La vida de mi mamá es pre-internet. Yo sé que suena raro creer que hay vida antes del internet.
No, pero yo no diría que es así. O sea, no es la vida de tu mamá, sino la obra de tu mamá, de pronto porque igual tu mamá es súper buena con el internet.
El récord del trabajo de mi mamá es pre-internet.
Exacto, exacto, exacto.
O sea, entonces, y eran cosas como muy locales, pues mi mamá igual tenía un grupo de amigos artistas con los que iban a premios de grabado, mandaban a cosas a premios de grabado a España, a Centroamérica, a Puerto Rico, a Cuba. Mi mamá siempre era súper juiciosa mandando trabajo por todo lado y lo mandaban como con un colectivo ahí de artistas que tenían, pues que tenían como conexiones entre ellos grabadores. Pero eran cosas mucho más locales. Yo creo que era otra manera de entender el arte y la manera de socializar el arte. Mi mamá, por ejemplo, la obra de mi mamá se hubiera beneficiado muchísimo de, de herramientas como las que tenemos hoy en día, porque mi mamá tuvo como que vivir con toda una generación de personas como no muy educadas con lo que era el grabado.
Mm.
Entonces nunca le daban mucha como relevancia al grabar y era muy triste. Es esa generación de personas que pensaba que lo que se entendía como original tenía un valor como inherente más alto que lo que era
Reproducible.
una obra de reproducción. Entonces, sí, sí, mi mamá, lástima porque si hubiera, yo creo que hubiera, si ella hubiera sentido el apoyo de gente, o sea, gente constantemente diciéndole, wow, esto está súper chévere, Olguis, o uy, ¿cómo hiciste eso? Como un interés así en la socialización de la obra, uf, eso le hubiera dado a mi mamá una fuerza grandísima. Pero sí, es de una generación de artistas que les tocaba solos, les tocó hacer muchísimos solos y nunca entendiendo cómo se recibía esa obra, nunca realmente comprendiendo cuál era el alcance que podía tener el comentario que se hacía sobre la obra de ellas y ellos. Entonces, yo la respeto muchísimo por eso. Yo creo que esa generación de artistas era como los artistas que eran artistas porque, pues de verdad eran artistas, porque
Mm.
nunca podían ser artistas y nunca vender nada y nunca escuchar como nada bueno acerca de lo que hacían y seguían. O sea, no dependían de esa validación que no existía. O sea, como que no había tiempo para quedarse pensando si es que alguien me iba a validar mi obra con un comentario
Sí, o
bonito o
cuántos
con...
likes.
Exacto, o si alguien iba a comprar esto no, o no lo compraba o no lo terminaba comprando, como que eran personas súper convencidas, tenían como un alma de artista, hay veces pues muchísimo más grande de la que tenemos generaciones eh, que vinieron después, porque nosotros yo siento que conmigo, por ejemplo, había muchísimos otros recursos para yo poderme como entender y poder seguir como poder seguir en mi camino porque veía que se iluminaban como faritos en el camino cada vez que hacía algo. Yo pienso que mi mamá era nada, era como total oscuridad y
Mm.
sigo porque esto es lo que sé hacer y porque esto es lo que me gusta y esto es lo que aprecio. Entonces yo tengo un respeto que solo el convivir con alguien que es un artista de otra generación le puede dar a uno, que no tiene nada que ver o que no se va a basar nunca en simplemente decir, ay, pero el trabajo es bonito o no es bonito, o es chévere o no es chévere, o me gusta o no me gusta. Yo pienso cuando la vida le da a uno la opción de conocer a un artista más allá de cualquier como métrica de juicio que son las maneras como, o sea, son ese sinfín de maneras que hoy en día tenemos para juzgar artistas. Cuando uno tiene la opción de juzgar como la vida del artista, y pues nada más cercano a la vida de un artista si ese artista es la mamá de uno se da cuenta que es mucho más complejo, mucho más bonito, mucho más difícil todo, que era mucho, mucho más difícil. Entonces, no, yo siempre eh, yo siempre he querido como que mi mamá esté orgullosa. Mi mamá se fue al otro extremo que yo peleo porque, o sea, yo internamente siempre quiero que ella esté orgullosa de mí, pero lo malo es que mi mamá le gusta cualquier cosa que yo hago. Entonces ella ya perdió como la
Pues, pero
capacidad de
igual es tu
gusto.
mamá.
Sí,
O
ella ya
sea,
perdió la capacidad de gusto.
uno
Entonces yo
puede
ya,
estornudar en un
sí, yo
papel y
ya
a las
desconfío.
mamás les
No, ya
parece lindo.
desconfío plenamente en cualquier juicio que ella haga sobre mi obra porque ya siento que no importa. Entonces, pero no, pues mi mamá, si al final me dicen, si en mi vida, y pues esto no cambiará ni hasta el día que yo me muera, o lo sostendré pues hasta ese día, si me dicen el artista que más respeto yo va a ser siempre mi
Hmm,
mamá siempre, o sea, mi
pues
mamá
claro.
era como ver lo que era ser artista, o sea,
Pues porque es
ver,
que además hiciste parte de la vida de artista de ella, que creo que eso,
sí,
o sea,
y
yo
ella me hizo
digamos,
parte de su vida de artista.
exacto, exacto.
Ella me enseñaba cosas, me invitaba al taller, o sea, ella me mostraba cómo era, pues no, bueno, lo que yo podía entender de chiquito y de adolescente, pero pues era, no sé, para mí mi mamá, más allá de que puso, además lo que le pasaba a las mujeres en esa época, que era que ponían su carrera como en pausa mientras criaban a los hijos, y además nosotros fuimos 5 hijos,
Hmm.
entonces ella siempre
Que
tuvo
termina
que.
siempre siendo como una pausa indefinida.
Sí, para mi mamá fueron como más de 10 años.
Hmm.
Entonces, como el respeto es cada vez más grande, o sea, tiene muchísimos niveles de lo que significa una vida en el arte y de cómo entender también lo que uno muchas veces simplifica, que es el éxito en el arte
Hmm.
o lo que significa ser como un artista exitoso o lo que significa ser un artista reconocido, por ejemplo, que eso también son cosas que por cada artista que es reconocido hay un centenar que se ha matado toda la vida trabajando, que nunca le han dado crédito por las cosas que hace. Entonces, no, mi Olguis es, pues sí, para mí es como, ¿cómo no va a ser como el ejemplo de toda una vida?
Eh,
My
dice,
Olguis.
dice Cosette Olga Marina Uribe, no, Olga María Beninghoff. Eh,
Sí, Uribe es mi papá.
¿Lo escribo? Sí.
Sí, sí, mándate a escribir el
Ay,
Beninghoff.
ese, mi amor, pero por Dios,
No, pues yo sé que tú sabes, por eso te dije,
me lo
mándate.
sé de
Sí,
memoria,
te lo
obviamente.
sabes como desde el segundo día que nos conocimos.
Sí, ahora Beningrot. Escribí. Em, Lola Onigiri dice, hola, ¿cómo están?
Hola Lola,
Hola, Lola. Entonces ya están Lola, Cosette y Julia.
la
Que
guachafita.
sí, hay que tener cuidado
Mm,
para dónde se va a ir este live.
mm,
Academia de Arte. Oye, espera, ¿qué horas son?
no sé,
¿A qué? Son las 3:51.
sí, pero es que no sé.
Bueno,
Sí,
sí, no
esperemos
importa.
a que
Academia
tenga.
de Arte.
Todo esto que estamos haciendo es que llega Fer,
Sí, sí, sí.
entonces como yo estoy, no es porque yo le diga, Dani, ve por Fer, no, es que si yo
No,
pudiera salir
no,
aquí
pues, y
fácil,
no, pero a ver, o sea, ni
bajaría.
siquiera, no, ni siquiera eso. O sea, yo igual bajaría también por Fer. Eso no
No,
tiene
sí,
nada que
pero
ver
no.
con que sea como tu
Sí,
hija o nada.
no, pero no quisiera es que te mando a hacer cosas, no
No, para
quisiera que
nada, no.
nunca que
Lo que
sonara esa
estoy, lo
eso.
que
A
estoy
eso
es,
iba, a eso iba.
no, 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 no. O sea, lo estoy
No
diciendo es
tenía
para la
nada que ver
gente,
con, sí, sí, sí.
¿no? O sea, literalmente estoy diciendo es que yo siempre iría por Fer. O
No, yo
sea,
sé, yo sé.
siempre iría por eso y no tiene nada que ver con que tú me digas o no. Ahí ya llego.
Sí. Dani, ve.
Voy,
Sí.
voy por tu hija. Ya vengo.
Voy, así sea tu hija. Así no sea mi hija, voy. Voy, Raúl Alberto. So, with that break, let's assess how the painting is going. I think it's super moody, super thick air, like what I usually like to paint. What that means is that the edge work is very, very something that I don't take for granted. I think I always, think twice about the moments that I want to have like a certain amount of contrast and other moments that I, kind of like let go. So I'm always thinking about that. I'm always thinking about where the moments that I want to push, in terms of contrast, to have like a certain degree of contrast so that we can read them a little bit better. I always feel, okay, why do I want this tiny little moment in this painting to read a little bit easier? What is it going to make for the painting if it reads a little bit easier? If it's clearer, once you're, going through the painting, traveling through the painting, why would you want to stop in this particular area? That I'm using like all these like visual cues to tell you, hey, this place is kind of exciting if you stop here. Why do I want to do that? And then, the opposite is also true. Why do I want to leave open all the other areas? Why do I want to, sort of disregard the limits of forms, the understanding of the kind of like particular nature of forms? And why would I want them to sort of flow into each other? So I think that that's a very, very exciting, that to me is like one of the most exciting things about painting. The act of painting is trying to navigate a painting in that kind of sensible way. And going in and out of that atmosphere is like super, super essential for me. Like atmosphere for me would fall into the idea of bigness also. So this kind of soupy thing that you want things coming in and out of. I definitely would think not just, I think Stu was the one that was asking about shapes. Like, how do you go from form, or do you go with color, or do you do both? I kind of said both for sure. I tend to lean on form when I want to inform myself about something that I'm trying to comprehend. But I also lean on abstraction when I want to let go. And I would say atmosphere is the thing that kind of ties everything together for me. It's certainly a variable that is very hard to, I guess, understand also, but it's equally as important as the other ones that are, when you say color and structure or form, that those are kind of easy to peg down. But when you say atmosphere, it's like, okay, but how the hell do you solve atmosphere? Like, what does that mean? How do you paint that? Like, where can you find in a book how to exalt atmosphere, like a sense of atmosphere? I know that one's difficult. That's probably the most difficult one to try to pin down and say, this is atmosphere. But I would say it really has to do with things coming in and out of that atmosphere. And the degree in which they want to become one with that atmosphere, and the degree in which they want to find their own shape outside of that atmosphere. So
Academia de Arte Jesús Jiménez dice, Nicolás, si
sí.
pudieses hablar con Rembrandt, ¿qué le preguntarías?
No le preguntaría nada. Sonaría como un idiota si le pregunto algo. Sonaría re fanboy ahí como... O de pronto le empiezo a hablar y me atoro. Es que... No, me fascinaría verlo pintar. Eso es lo que... Ahí sí daría todo en esta vida como por verlo pintar.
Creo que incluso tú respondiste eso una vez. Como
¿Sí?
que
No
preferirías,
sé.
sí.
Pues
Como,
bueno, me siento...
o como en la vida de, como si pudieras vivir un día en la vida de un artista. Algo dijiste de Rembrandt.
Sí, pues no, para mí lo más fascinante sería ver cómo interpretan el proceso de hacer una pintura. Oye, ¿tú has visto mi cosito de los tubos? ¿Está por aquí?
Sí.
¿Este? These things, by the way, are very good. Tube ringers. So if you don't have one of these, just invest some money because you're only going to buy it once. And I think, if they're mechanical like this, they shouldn't break for the rest of your life, really. So you only buy it once. It's like canvas pliers. You only buy those once in your life, like you're set. But they're very good. And
you can take all the
even though I'm super messy with the shape of my tubes, it's the best way to try to get everything out of your tubes.
I really like that things. I even have I bought some for the toothpaste.
Oh yeah. You got tube ringers for toothpaste. Yeah. They're very nice.
Because I really hate to feel that I'm wasting toothpaste.
Danny, I ordered white, but that's all that we have.
Yeah.
Until we get some white.
So maybe it's gonna be
black on black.
No,
for the next
it wasn't.
Days.
We made a week called
Instead of
White.
Yeah,
exactly.
We're gonna go back to that.
Instead of White 2.0.
Yeah, not because it was a cool week, but because we ran out of white.
Leah said, "Don't get the cheapest tube ringer. There are ones that hurt your hands. I had to buy a second one."
Oh yeah, I used to have a plastic one that you had to use your thumbs to ring it. But this one is heavy duty. This thing, you just have to squeeze it, hold it, clamp it with your hands, and then just do this. And it's really good. This one is Gill Mechanical Company, Eugene, Oregon, USA. Tuberinger.com. So there we go. That's
very straightforward.
Yeah,
I like
Gill
it.
Mechanical Company. That sounds like they've been doing stuff for 1,000 years. This is the only issue. I guess if you do it a lot and it starts to break the tube, you're gonna get paint in the little ridges there.
Well, but it doesn't matter because it's just gonna have paint in the outside of your tube.
Oh yeah, you can always use solvent and just clean that up.
Yeah.
So yeah, but as far as mechanically, I mean, it's just a couple of hinges and 2 rollers, and that's about it. So you're fine. If these things are good, which they are, this one I haven't had this one for too long because I did have a crappy one, like Liat was saying, that I used to use my fingers, my thumbs to do it, and it worked well, but it was like a pain in the ass on my thumbs. I was like, come on, this is ridiculous. But then I bought this one maybe 8 years ago. My friend Cal, we forgot to mention Cal as a great painter. Andres Cal.
K-A-L.
Yeah. So we can share his Instagram too.
Yes.
He was buying some of these and selling them here, and I bought it, immediately off of him. So it was a very, very good purchase.
Oh, so Cal's username is super easy.
Andres Cal, I
Andres
think.
Cal.
Yeah.
So, Jose Fails said, "Hello, everybody. I have just had the longest trip of my life."
What? And what sort of trip?
Oh, I was gonna say vacations. Where were you?
Or
But
what
no.
sort of trip? Was this a where is Jose? Wasn't
Las
he
Vegas.
Yeah. Or is this a Vegas desert trip?
I don't think so.
It could be.
Lola Onigiri dice, una anotación. Yo amé la correspondencia de ayer. De verdad amé como todo fue momento wow. Ahora, ¿me pueden explicar exactamente qué es visual correspondence? Jaja, ¿cómo funciona?
Claro, dale en español tú, lindita.
Bueno, Lola. Algunos lunes, es que iba a decir todos los lunes, pero
Empezamos con, la idea era hacerlo todos los lunes, pero pues
empezamos este año con una pintura que hizo Nicolás, que propuso Nicolás, para abrir una conversación y la idea era que esa conversación siguiera y siguiera y siguiera. Y es una conversación que tenemos, se llama visual correspondence, como correspondencia visual. Entonces tenemos como una conversación con la imagen, pero además tenemos una conversación los lunes alrededor de esa imagen. Entonces Nicolás empezó con una pintura, tuvimos una conversación alrededor de esa pintura y a la sesión siguiente yo respondía con algo que yo hacía. Entonces podía ser una pintura, una escultura, que fuera la respuesta a esa conversación que tuvimos y a esa imagen que propuso Nicolás. Entonces no es solamente la respuesta a esa imagen, sino como al combo imagen-conversación. Y ha sido una conversación que...
Conversación. Hay veces le
Conversación.
decimos.
¿Conversación? ¿Qué?
Conversación,
¿Dije
el
conversación?
combo.
Ay, qué bobo. No, no, no. O sea, me peinó.
Sí.
Sí, no la entendí. Pensé que había dicho
Te
yo
trasquiló,
conversación.
más bien.
Sí. Em, no sé si la gente entienda que es trasquilar,
No, pero pues.
pero sí. Y ha sido una conversación que ha seguido hasta la fecha y que esperamos que siga por mucho tiempo. Entonces, la idea es que después de haber visto la pintura de Nicolás, después de haber escuchado lo que hablamos ayer, yo haga algo. Que estaba diciendo que ya tengo una idea, que estaba dando un poquito de spoiler, y es que no sé qué tan realizable sea esa idea en mis manos, pero vamos a ver. Y pues, bienvenida Lola a los lunes de Visual Correspondence.
Aunque hoy es martes.
Aunque hoy es martes. No, pues bienvenida, es como bienvenida a ser parte a...
Te damos,
las
este
visual-
martes te damos la bienvenida a los
a los
lunes.
lunes de Visual Correspondence. Gabriel Bejarano Peñalosa dice, no se imaginan lo mucho que he aprendido de ustedes. Un abrazo. Muchas gracias, Gabriel, por acompañarnos.
Muy amable.
Briley Moreno was saying, this is
Briley.
great for my Spanish learning, haha, thanks. And then Briley said, mi español is muy malo.
Perfect. I think you said it exactly the way Briley would say it.
Yeah, because they said is
Yeah.
muy malo.
But Briley, aren't you West Coast maybe? Maybe. So at least for like ordering food, it's good to know some Spanish.
But I've told you about, there's a neighborhood
Yeah.
in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
called Los Feliz,
Yeah.
and they call them Los Feliz.
Oh yeah.
So for me, it would be crazy because, I mean, I'm a Spanish speaker. So if they told me, no, Los Feliz, I would be like, Feliz, like Philadelphia. Maybe?
Okay, yeah.
So I would spell it in a different way. So if I
Yes.
see a neighborhood called Los Feliz, I wouldn't go inside the neighborhood because I wouldn't think Los Feliz is Los Feliz,
Yeah.
I would be like, no, I'm super lost. I'm in Los Feliz. So
Yeah, no, that happens quite a bit with start by saying the city you were talking about again.
Philadelphia?
No, the first one that you were saying it's near where in California?
Los Angeles?
Well, yeah, but you said
Los Angeles.
yeah, there we go. So, if
Yeah.
you start with that, then it's like
Yeah.
anything goes. If
Um,
Los Angeles turned into
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Lasagna. It sounds like...
lasagna,
I've always thought about lasagna. Like Los Angeles? Los Angeles?
yeah,
Los Angeles?
losange.
Los Angeles?
I don't know what you're doing there,
Briley said, yeah, I live in Southern California.
but there you go. So,
Lots of people are happy to help me learn, thankfully. Haha.
that's awesome.
Jose Fails said,
Josefale said, "Oh, what sort of trip?"
it was more of a staycation. Oh, so it was a vacation inside Los Angeles. Okay, what?
What?
Las
No.
Vegas, Las Vegas, Las Vegas, Las Vegas. Yeah, because staycation, I think it was created in COVID. When
no,
people
it was,
couldn't
no. It's way
afterwards. Well,
before.
it was
no, it's way before.
repopularized
Okay,
in COVID. I
there we
remember
go.
that. that people did like staycations, so they went to a hotel in their own city because they wanted the experience of traveling.
Okay.
Uh, eh, Airam Arlak
Yeah.
dice, ¿conoces a Shontan? Sí.
Personalmente no,
Pues, o sea, el
pero
trabajo.
la obra sí.
Sí.
Es un de los mejores eh, ilustradores de libros que existen en la actualidad. O de siempre, la verdad.
Sí. Y tenemos el cortometraje de La Cosa Perdida. Increíble. Cindy H said, "Hi, sorry I joined in late.
No, you're just in time.
What are you painting on? Paper, board, or canvas? Qué pintura bella, gracias."
So I tend to always work on paper. Tend to because, you know, we've certainly made a bunch of paintings on other substrates. But for the longest time now, I have centered my work around paper, unprimed paper.
Ujú.
I use the paper that you would get in a moleskin sketchbook,
Ujú.
in an art moleskin sketchbook.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Yeah, we're not
by
sponsored.
Any means.
No. I kind of wish. I mean, it's adding up.
Yeah.
So, no, but I don't even know if Moleskin was sponsored in some way James Jean. And he single-handedly made people aware of sketching in moleskins again. He was like the one person that was like, you know what? I'm going to sketch in moleskins again. Like, it was Ernest Hemingway, dead, James Jean, everyone. So I owe it to James. James, when I was still in New York, he was using these sketchbooks to draw, and I didn't think anything of it. But then at some point, everyone's like, what is that ballpoint pen that James is using? And what is that sketchbook that James is using? And I certainly bought mine because of James, for sure. I had no idea about the sort of, you know, romantic historical value of a Moleskine sketchbook, because in you know, in all honesty, there's a lot of paper nowadays. There's a lot of like good sketchbooks outside of Moleskine. There's a lot of fantastic paper outside of Moleskine. You can certainly get like Hanemula, you know, amazing pad of paper that you can paint on for sure. So there's nothing extraordinary about this paper, but I think it's great. I really do think it's great. It's not the only paper that I've tried. I have tried, that's why I mentioned it, a Hanemula paper, and I have tried a very, very cheap Artist Loft paper. And all of them are really great in their own way. So you can use paper. That's my whole point. You're totally fine if you want to use paper. You're totally fine if you don't want to prime paper. If existentially you're okay with your painting being painted on top of something that's not primed, because I do feel that that's like more of an existential thing. It has nothing to do with being a responsible artist. Like, I always tell people, what does that mean, a responsible artist? Well, you know, your artwork is going to perish. That's every single form of artwork. Like, if you wait long enough, the art is going to die. So that's not I don't like that argument, because when do we feel is enough? Like, is enough 1,000 years? Is enough 1,500 years? If is enough 10,000 years? And a lot of people just think it should stay as you worked on it. Like, it should be faithful to how you worked on something for as long as you possibly can. To me, that's like, okay, that sounds like eternity, and I don't buy notions of eternity. You know, I don't think our humanity or sense of humanity should be built around notions of eternity. I think that's ridiculous. So if you're okay, again, existentially, of seeing yourself painting something on a substrate that is going to be affected by both paint and time, if you're okay with that, then fine. You can paint on tissue paper if you want. There's nothing stopping you. I mean, people have painted on broken plates. So Julian Schnabel painted on broken plates. You can paint on anything you want. So that's not the point. The point is not saying like where, what is a surface that I can paint on? You can paint on anything you want. But if you're okay with that, sure, you can approach painting more as you sort of liberate yourself from all these ideas that about the longevity of painting, about the trying to find balance in a painting, and you just concentrate on painting. If you put all of those things aside, you realize, okay, I just got rid of tons of variables that don't really matter to me, at least. Now I can concentrate on painting, just painting. And to me, it's kind of saved my life as a painter, I feel. So that's the reason that I paint on raw paper. I think, if anything, I think that I'm doing a good job. I'm not here trying to say that I'm gonna judge my work because I would be probably either the harshest. No, I think I would be the harshest judge of my own work. But I'm not trying to find anything that's. I'm not trying to desperately find something that's good about my work that isn't there. But I also know how to look at my work and how to objectively see my work. And I think when you see my paintings on paper, they justify themselves. They are like, we are taking advantage of being painted on paper. At least I hope you can see that, because it feels kind of grungy and different and scruffy, and there's a lot of like dryness to them, and I don't know, like scumbling, like this weird kind of desperate scumbling to them, that it's only possible when you are dealing with a surface that is not primed. So yeah, what I do, I always hope that it's not like an invitation to disregard the proper way of doing things. God knows that I painted on primed surfaces for many, many, many years. And I always primed and stretched my own surfaces. When I had to stretch them, I stretched them. When I had to just prime them, like boards or anything like that was rigid, I primed my own surfaces, always, 100% of them, all my life. I could never understand why anyone would like somebody else doing that work for them, because to me, a painting would start when you were starting to prepare a surface. That's when a painting started. Not when you would start to put color down, but when you would start to prepare your own canvas, let's say. To stretch it, to prepare your own rabbit skin glue, to pour that glue, to wait till it was drum tight, and then to use whatever you were using, a universal primer, gesso primer, whatever it was that you were using, and whatever, tone you were giving to your ground, or I don't know, whatever came after that. That to me was integral part of painting. So I love that moment of my life, but that's not this moment of my life. So what I do is it's not an invitation to say, you know what, F the proper way of doing stuff. Like, no, you don't have to do that. Just paint on whatever you want. If you see a flower walking down the street, just, grab that flower and put some paint on it, which would be pretty, that would be pretty conceptual, I was thinking. Yeah. The notion of color, to like impose color on a flower, that's kind of, that's very human-like, I feel. It's like, you are red, but I'm going to tell you which red you are. I don't know. That's kind of weird.
But would you paint it with a different color?
Yeah, I
or
would
would
totally.
you try to match?
No, I would. Well, trying to match it would be also like, how Villa Selmans, I think that's how you say her name, how she would have a rock, and then she would do a mold of that rock, and then paint it and try to make it one-to-one, try to be as faithful to that. I think part of humanity is trying to emulate nature, like desperately, but I like the failing at it. I like the Villa Selmans does that flawlessly almost. But I'm far more grounded, and I like the idea of trying to do something that competes with nature and then just completely failing at it. So mine would be just off in some way. But I do like the idea of you saying, I painted this.
Mm-hmm.
This
It's
is
like
a red rose, and you
rose painted red.
a rose painted rose. Yeah, that would be pretty remarkable too. Yeah, I like that. It's probably somebody did that already.
Yeah,
I feel.
because what you're saying about painting a flower,
Yeah.
I mean, they do it out of the art practice. They tint roses all the time.
But you know how they do that?
They use a food coloring.
Yeah, they put it in the water and
Yeah.
it absorbs it.
But
and
I
then
mean,
it
it's
just stains
painted
it.
flowers.
Yeah, that's us controlling
So,
anything. So.
yeah, and it also speaks about what you were talking. Like, you are this color, but I'm going to say that you are blue.
Yeah, you're
because
black.
I want exactly. So,
What was I talking about?
paper.
Yeah.
The question
how
was,
did that?
what paper do you?
Yeah, the question was, what time?
What
is
are
it?
you painting on?
I know. I can't.
And you
I
were like,
can't.
yeah,
I was like,
the
I'm off.
solar eclipse.
I am off to the races.
Julia Tovar
I don't know who that is.
dice, ¿cuál es el romantic background de las Moleskine?
Oh, you get a story. You always get like a little story. I think Hemingway was supposedly the one that, made it not famous, but like famously used them. So, but you always get a story. I don't know if I have that.
Maybe I have it in one of mine.
I have 2 new ones that I had to buy to do the.
Check?
Well, they always have that little booklet thing.
Yeah, in the back pocket.
Yeah. Could you look and see if maybe those are there?
Can I look?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
maybe look. I have this one here.
Ya te la paso.
Let me see.
No, ya te la paso.
Let me see. No, we can.
No.
I can do it
No.
with my leg.
No.
I'm getting a cramp.
No.
I don't know if that one has it because I always throw them away. I'm always like, okay, garbage. Yeah, I always throw them.
Here's a new one. Is it? Yeah. I have to open it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, but they could. That would be the only sponsorship that I would sort of accept. Like if they send us, 50 sketchbooks, something like that.
And if the only condition was like,
Just tag
say,
us.
yeah, or just say we're using moleskin paper for
Yeah.
paintings.
And I would be like,
Awesome.
I use this, but you don't have to. But it's good, but you don't have to, because that's the only way I could feel okay about promoting something. Like not being super. I would never try to convince anyone to use just one thing.
But I have to say that nowadays sponsorships have kind of changed a little bit, because I think there's still the kind of sponsorship that's super annoying, that's like super fake, like they're trying to
Oh
say
my God,
they tried
so
something.
good.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh my God!
Yes.
Look at my skin.
but I've seen also
Yeah.
a lot of sponsorships that
Yeah.
are more honest. I mean, they're like, I'm working with this brand
Yeah.
and I tried the product and I like it. I
Yeah.
also use different brands, but this is the one I'm working on for today. And I think that's better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like if you don't have this, you're nothing. Like you have to try it. No.
No, you don't have to try anything.
So finally,
I hope it's not there. I really do. I hope it's not there.
let's see. Oh, and I'm gonna read it with my
With your,
English.
yeah, it's Hemingway, so match made in heaven.
Yeah, Danning ways.
The Danny way.
So, let me put this in the floor. It's kind of big to have it in my hands all the time. Oh, ready? No,
You good?
ready. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. How are you?
I'm
You good
okay.
too?
I've painted something today, and I don't know when I
Yeah.
painted it, because I think that if I look back, I think I've just talked like
Yeah.
nonsense.
And the painting's like painting itself.
I think so.
It's like when the person that said it's Photoshop.
Yeah. I wonder what they. I would have loved if they
to know
meant
what
it.
to
If they
know what
really
were
meant it,
trying
it's
to
like
say.
fake.
Because it was the only comment.
I know. I would have loved it if they were like, no, that's Photoshop.
So it's like a tiny letter, and I don't have my glasses. So should I read it in English or Spanish
In English, let's
or
do.
French
Oh, well, I mean,
or
whatever you feel most comfortable, which I
Italian.
know it's French, but
So German.
okay, there we go. Benninhoff.
Yeah. So today the Moleskine brand identifies
Mm-hmm.
a series of objects that accompany the creativity and imagination of our world.
Okay, that's
No, but do I have to?
yeah. Don't do the. Let's not do that.
Oh, here it is.
Okay,
The
here
notebook
it
was
is.
Bruce Chatwin's favorite,
Okay.
and it was he who called it Moleskine. In the mid 1980s, these notebooks became increasingly scarce. In his book,
What?
The Songlines,
Wait, no.
scarce.
Yeah, but yeah.
What did I say?
No. Scared. No. I didn't say it for that, but I remember reading something about Hemingway. Wait, you keep going, and I'll search.
No, let me see here.
Let me. No, you
Because
keep
it
going.
also says the Moleskine notebook is the, no sé cómo se dice, H-E-I-R. Here?
No.
Higher?
No. I'll let you.
And successor.
Air. Yeah.
And successor to the legendary notebook used by artists and thinkers over the past 2 centuries, among them Vincent van Gogh, Pablo Picasso, Ernest Hemingway, and Bruce Chatwin. A simple black rectangle with rounded corners and elastic page holder, blah, blah, blah. But then they said that Bruce Chatwin was the person who popularized.
In the 80s?
Yeah. It
Okay.
says, Chatwin tells the story of the Little Black Notebook in 1986. The manufacturer, a small family-owned company in the French city of Tours, I don't know how to pronounce that,
Mhm.
went out of business. Le vrai
Ooh la la.
Moleskine n'est plus
Mm.
are the lapidary words he puts into the mouth of the owner of this stationery shop in Rue de l'Ancienne Comédie,
Mm.
where he usually purchased his notebooks. Chatwin set about buying up all the notebooks that he could find before his departure to Australia,
Mm.
but they were still not enough. In 1997, a small Milanese publisher brought the legendary notebook back to life and selected this name with a literary pedigree to revive an extraordinary tradition. Following Chatwin's footsteps, Moleskine notebooks have resumed their travels, becoming indispensable companion.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So I didn't know it was all like Van Gogh and Picasso.
Mhm.
Honestly, I really didn't know. It was that. It was like a French.
Chatwin.
Yeah.
A French Chatwin.
Well, no, with him it's like I'm guessing that was just a revival in the 80s, but they should change it up a little bit. They should change. They should thank James, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they do have nowadays something called like the Moleskine Project or something like that. That they do like a show, and you can sell the Moleskine with the spread of your art. So
Yeah.
painting, sculpture, diorama. I've seen a lot of things, but I do think that that's inspired, or that's because of James Jean.
I know that my world is obviously limited by the knowledge that I have, but I know that I never saw a single artist, within the circle of people that I knew or that I knew about, using that sketchbook in the 90s, like late 90s, except James. Like, to me, it was James. That was his thing. That was him. And he was doing paintings and drawings in his sketchbook, which was really ridiculous. I mean, it was one of the most backwards things to do. And it was 100% him. There was nobody else, to my knowledge, doing that. So, yeah, I don't know. In my mind, it's always going to be James.
Yeah.
Like, they owe a lot to James.
I mean, and you started with him.
Yeah.
So maybe people can say, no, you're kind of biased, but I didn't. And in my generation, at least, Moleskine was also like, you thought about Moleskine and you thought about James Jean.
Yeah.
So
for newer generations, I feel it's not so much about Chadwick or Picasso or Hemingway. It's about James.
mm-hmm.
So they should acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I feel.
How would you call the new Moleskine?
James Skin.
James Skin?
Yeah.
Well, that James Skin?
It fell on my lap. That's easy. That was super easy.
Jean Skin.
The James Skin.
Jean Skin? No.
Well,
because jean skin sounds like
the skin of your blue jeans.
No, like the notebooks they sell here.
Oh.
Those the jean?
Yeah. Jean book.
Cindy H said James who? James Jean.
Yeah.
If you don't know James Jean, you should really check him out.
Yes.
He's amazing. And we were talking about his sketchbook work. Julia dice au como o, nunca sé cómo leer eso. AW como
oh.
Oh,
I thought she was going for French because
no.
She's the French speaker.
No, but that would be AU, no?
Isn't that what you were reading?
No, AW.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, gracias por todo el esfuerzo de ir a buscar y leer. Lo pude haber googleado, pero esta lectura personalizada y con comentarios no se puede comparar.
No, pues, Julia, lo pude haber googleado, es la respuesta a cualquier pregunta que existe hoy en día en cualquier ámbito.
Sí, que me lo diga a mí.
Sí. Señora Google, voy a comenzar a leer así no sepa qué estoy leyendo.
Sí. De nuevo, para mi defensa, estoy multitasking, entonces.
Una mejor defensa.
Liad was asking, do you still like the Michaels watercolor paper?
I still do. I actually do. It's very, it has a ton of texture. So the way the brush drags, on top of that texture is very beautiful. And it's such a cheap paper. So again, it's, there's something for everyone there.
Julia Tovar dice mall jeans. Mom jeans. Sí, Julia. Sí, eso es el Moleskine de James Jeans. James Jeans. Es que ya dijo jeans.
No, ya.
Mall jeans.
No. Yo aquí echándole flores y acá todos.
Además, mall jeans y se leería.
Arrastrando el nombre de él por el piso.
Si no se leería mole jeans. Y mole no es como un tipo de frijol. Pues y jeans mole. De mole, pues no. Sí, no, Julia, por
mole
ningún lado.
Mole jeans es medio diarrea del almuerzo.
Alejandro Morales dice hola. Hola, Alejandro. Lola Onigiri dice jajaja, ese Nicolás.
No sé qué dije, pero
Dani,
bueno.
me gusta mucho el color de tu cabello. Gracias, este es el color que quiero tener. Una vez apago la cámara, no es como se ve, pero creo que voy a solucionarlo en estos días. Nicolás.
No sé, tú.
O sea, te estoy contando.
Ah, bueno.
Que creo que voy a hacer algo que no sé si sea una pésima idea, pero de pronto me lo voy a tinturar acá en la casa.
Voy a hacer algo que no sé si sea una pésima idea, es como tú comienzas todos los días. Todos tus días es, oye, tengo una idea, pero...
Sí,
no tengo una idea que puede sonar fatal, pero... Sí. Así son todos tus días.
Pero, sí, es que yo quería, no sé si Lola sabía, cuento muy rápido, yo quería pintarme el pelo rojo. No rojo cadmio, sino como ser ginger. Mi sueño de siempre fue ese. Y la verdad, la luz ahorita ayuda, pero... ¿Qué pasó?
No, es que esté pensando en tu ginger. No, que traté de poner un ojo y no me gustó.
Pero mi color quedó más como hacia un dorado, como con un poquitín de naranja. En la cámara se ve más rojo, no está así en la vida real. Entonces, no sé, quiero que sea más rojo. Lola dice cobrizo, ese color es divi. Sí, es muy lindo. Ese es el que yo quería, no el que recibí. Lo que me daría rabia es que tengo como un... se me fue el nombre. Balayage. Y se perdería si me lo pinto en la casa.
Lástima.
Pero pues quién sabe, de pronto me animo. Julia dice, jajaja, mom jeans. Es que James Kings también suena bien raro, la verdad. Pues, pero si a mí me dicen que de Navidad quiere un mall jeans, pues yo les llego con los pantalones.
Yo me voy a estudio F, sí.
Sí,
Buena señorita.
necesito un mall jeans.
Me mandaron por esto, yo no sé, usted mire a ver si lo tiene ahí atrás.
Claro. ¿Qué color lo quiere?
Pss, ese lo hacemos aquí.
Catherine Poremsky
Mm.
said, presentation always hangs me up with painting on paper. I have a thing against painting under glass.
Okay, but I mean, I hate to be picky, but if you go to a lot of museums in this planet, you're going to see a lot of paintings under glass.
And you don't have to have them under glass.
No.
That's the other
Again,
thing.
we saw a Raymond Pettibon
Mhm.
collab with Marcel Zama.
Mhm.
So two of the most probably important contemporary painters, artists nowadays. We saw a piece that was this enormous water-based paint. I don't know exactly what it was. Which was about, I would say 8-9 meters long, and maybe 1.80 meters, yeah, high, maybe. So it was an enormous piece, and it was pinned to a wall in the Reina Sofia.
Mhm.
So one of the biggest museums in the world,
And pinned.
two of the biggest artists in the world, pinning their work on a wall, pinning with pins.
Exactly. That's why I emphasize
with push pins,
pins. Exactly.
push pins, and kind of little needles.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's if it's something that we feel is not us, that is solely on us. But it's not because the art world is telling you that you can't. That's. I was just trying to make that a point. That if we believe those things, they are 100% self-imposed. Because nothing in the contemporary art world is telling you that you can't do that.
Sergi Arts dice, hola, ¿cómo están? Espero que bien. Update sobre la pintura de Jack. Intenté redibujar varias veces, al final me frustré demasiado y raspé la cara con la espátula y parece ser que a la gente le gusta cómo ha quedado, pero a mí no. Y una carita llorando con una lágrima.
¿Lo puedo ver?
A ver.
Sergi está en el Instagram.
Ah, ¿lo vas a abrir ahí?
Pues para mirar, tengo curiosidad.
Sí, no, es que lo iba a abrir acá yo también.
Y escribí Dergi Arts.
Dergi. Sergi Arts. Llegué primero yo.
No estoy viendo esa en particular. Hay una muy bonita de una luz, como poquitica luz disponible. Súper, súper lindo. Ah,
Sí.
es de Dune. Súper lindo. Súper, súper bonito. El control en esa está fantástico, Sergi.
Sí.
Pero no veo la de... A ver, un momento, si están las historias. No, no. Está esa pintura de...
No, porque... No.
Está esa pintura de Denis Sarrazin que es... Uf, es una pintura... ¡Wow! Increíble. Que va a tener un show en Arcadia. Fantástica. Bueno, mándenosla, Sergi. Yo la quiero ver. Pues, si se puede ver. Si no, todo bien. Si no está tampoco en un punto donde se sienta cómodo mostrándola, no pasa nada.
Julia Tovar
Who's that?
dice... espera, Sergi dice, ¿os la paso por DMs? Sí.
Dale.
Sí, Sergi. Porque Sergi dice, no está en los posts, la subí a las historias. Julia dice, hace unos 3 años me teñí el pelo tipo cobre.
Sí.
También.
Yo
Y
también.
me fastidié un día y compré impulsivamente un tinte de droguería y quedó súper chévere. Y además me dejó todo suave el pelo, fue muy inesperado. Sí, lo que no quiero es que se me... Es que...
Tú
Otra
dale,
vez vuelvo a esto.
dale.
Sí, pero ya,
Dale,
ya. El último poquito.
Estás aquí en terapia, no te preocupes.
Es que yo me hice el balayage porque a mí no me gusta como dedicarle mucho tiempo a ir a la peluquería, no me gusta. O sea, yo voy a la peluquería a que me pinten el pelo cada año y ya. Entonces yo dije, voy a hacer pelirroja, pero pues con balayage para que no me salga la raíz y me la tenga que pintar cada mes. Y no salí pelirroja, salí dorada. Entonces a mí no me gusta cómo se me ve a mí el dorado. Entonces me compré para matizar. No me funcionó mucho. Me dura como un día, 2 días y se me va. Entonces la única solución que tengo sería volver a ir a una peluquería, pero me daría mucha rabia porque la verdad me gasté muchísima plata en la que fui. Y pues si no, creo que quiero comprarme una tintura de caja y echármela a ver qué tal.
Pues a
Eh,
Julia le fue bien.
sí, pero pues Julia es que a lo que voy es que si uno se lo pinta en la casa, pues uno se lo pinta todo, porque pues uno no se sabe hacer balayage. Entonces, en un mes me crecería raíz.
Mm.
Me tocaría volvérmelo a pintar. Pero bueno, no importa. Eh, eh, William Felipe dice, Sergi Arts, esa pintura quedó genial. Hola, ¿cómo van? Hola, William Felipe.
¿Qué dice William
Muy
Felipe?
bien. A ver, miremos si Sergi ya lo mandó. Mm, creo que no a mí. No lo veo. De pronto te lo envío a ti.
Ya miro, sí.
Ah, bueno, me muestras.
Ah, está re buena. Está súper chévere, Sergi. Se ve re chévere.
No veo.
Scraped.
Así se ve re chévere.
Muchas veces aunque es una decisión aparentemente como impulsiva, el raspar algo, termina siendo como mucho mejor decisión que las horas que uno estaba matándose ahí tratando de pintar.
Pero si Sergi dice que no le gusta,
Ah, no, lo importante es que a uno le guste.
a eso iba, exacto. No importa que a la gente le guste, pues si a Sergi no le gusta, no le va a gustar nunca.
No.
Así la gente diga, me encanta, me fascina, pues no. Entonces, pues Sergi, yo creo que Sergi sabe la respuesta de lo que quiere hacer.
¿Cómo es esa canción? No, no es Me encanta, me fascina. Me
¿Qué?
gusta, me fascina. ¿No? Me enloquece. ¿No?
No me la sé.
No, sí. Es
No,
como el gran combo o algo así. Que alguien me
no.
ayude. Sergi, estoy buscando en mis citas que tengo por acá.
En mis citas.
Sí, mis quotes.
Eh,
Ah, Sergi. So this is for Sergi. Sergi O. So these are quotes that this is probably 25 years old. Let's see. So these are like little books that I would read, and I would have this little, the back of my sketchbook, I would have a place where if I was reading something and I would just write it and then I would just put a line, and then if I would read something else, I would put another line. So that's pretty cool. So let's see. Let's read this whole page, but I wanted to read this one first
ujú.
for Sergi. Because he just scraped something and everyone's telling him that it looks great, but he's saying, I don't like it. So this is Maisonnier. So it says, I never hesitate about scraping out the work of days and beginning afresh so as to satisfy myself and try to do better. Ah, that better which one feels in one's soul and without which no true artist is ever content. Others may approve and admire, but that counts for nothing compared with one's own feeling of what ought to be. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and very spot on.
Yeah, very,
to what
very spot on.
Sergi was talking about.
Yeah, so let's see. This one's kind of nice. It's about all of artwork, I feel, but this one I read, I don't know where I read it. Take Delacroix away and you'll break the chain of history. I always love that. I think it's super dramatic. And I think it's probably true for any artist that it's amazing. But I love that they picked Delacroix. Take Delacroix away and you'll break the chain of history. That's really nice. This is about L'Hermite, which is, I always loved L'Hermite. And we were talking about structure. And I think he's one of the most, in terms of form and structure, he's probably one of the best artists ever to showcase that. And Van Gogh was actually an amazing fan of him. So he, L'Hermite, is the absolute master of the figure. He does what he likes with it, proceeding neither from the color nor the local tone, but rather from the light, as Rembrandt did. There is an astonishing mastery in everything he does, above all excelling in modeling. He perfectly satisfies all that honesty demands. That's pretty high praise, I would say,
Yeah.
from Van Gogh to L'Hermite. So, I have boring stuff here also.
Well, it hasn't been boring.
Yeah, but it's really nice. In Les Miserables, Victor Hugo writes in, I guess is Latin, quid obscurum quid divinum, which is algo oscuro, algo divino, something obscure and something divine. I always think that that's beautiful. And this I always thought of Goya, because he's always referencing, because Les Miserables is always like the post Napoleon France. So he says, para pintar una batalla se necesita uno de esos pintores poderosos que tenga algo de caos en su pincel. So to paint a battle, you need one of those powerful painters that has a bit of chaos in his brush. So in my mind, that was always like Goya / Meissonier / Fortuny. You know, that's pretty amazing. This one's famous. Paint not the thing, but the effect it produces. That's Mallarmé. I don't know. And I was reading Dante there. Yeah. So let's see. Let's do this Hubbard one. And that's the last one.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Because this is like me traveling in time too. But look
How
at my
old was
handwriting.
that? Yeah.
Look at that like chunky, roundish handwriting.
I like it.
I haven't written like that for so long.
But you've always had very
yeah,
beautiful
but mine is
handwriting.
like this.
More fluid.
Yeah.
This one was like super structured.
Yeah. All art, so Hubbard says, all art consists of this, to show the harmony of a part. And having seen the harmony of a part, we pass on a point where we can guess the harmony of the whole. Whether you be painter, sculptor, musician, or writer, all your endeavors are toward lifting from the mass of things a scene, a form, a harmony, a truth, and relieving it from all that distracts. Catch it in immortal amber. So that's very nice.
Yeah.
How to guess, how to imagine from a part the bigger universe that, in which this part lives. I've always thought that was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I've always thought that one was like, oh yeah, I can use this for my art. Like thinking about this painting not having to be the, be all end all of all paintings, but just having to be an example of the universe in which this painting lives in. I always thought that's what I want to do. That seems achievable to me. The other things, they seem too grand. Like that's too much. But making, showing people like that this is an example, this is a tiny part of a bigger universe that exists out there. That's like, yes, I can totally understand that.
I like that.
Yeah,
like that a lot.
That one was always pretty amazing.
William Felipe dice, digo que está genial la pintura de Nicolás y les cuento que entré al reto de Kenyo de Sketchbook de mayo y dibujé mucho en análogo y fue muy chévere, estaba muy acostumbrado a lo digital.
Qué bueno.
Y escribió grrr, como a lo digital, grrr.
No, qué bueno, qué bueno. Siempre es bueno incomodarse, no acostumbrarse tanto a una sola cosa.
Julia
Sí.
Tovar, I love the Spanglish. Dice, lo de, entre comillas, algo oscuro, algo divino, made me think about Nicolas' recent characters for the visual correspondence. The sort of undergoes of the village with pointless endeavors and broken stories. Love those.
Yeah, yeah.
And it also reflects what you were reading at the end about the universe the painting inhabits. Talking about that.
Those are the best. I think those are the most effective of images. The ones that you can glean on like a bigger place, a bigger rule set, even just by one image. You can just imagine that there is a bigger kind of force that is dictating the way these images kind of exist. the reason these images exist,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have to show them. You don't have to spell everything out. It just, if you intelligently kind of hint at them, then the viewer is going to be like, okay, I am transported to this other universe. Like the laws are going to be different here. And the best of artists, I feel, are the ones that convince the people that to play.
Mm-hmm.
Convince the people to say, you know what? I'm going to play this game. I am going to believe that this universe is your own. Like that there is a place in which your painting is real.
Yeah, because one might think that every painting creates a different universe,
No,
but I
that's
don't
very
think
tough
exactly.
to do. That's
I was gonna
very,
say
very tough.
That's not the case.
No,
I think
no,
it's
no.
very few paintings that create
very,
that
very few.
universe. Alejandro Morales said, "What is Canio? I've seen many of you friends participating."
It's a group. It's just a collective, I would say. Started out as friends, I would say, but it's just, think about it as a collective. Just people hang out. They have, places where they hang out virtually, and they've met each other virtually. Some of them in real life, like our friend Camilo Carreño that traveled all the way to. Where did he go? To Brussels? No, did he go to Brussels? Maybe. I think he did. To meet a couple of people and have a show. So that's a wonderful thing that starts virtually and finishes in a very real experience. Well, all those other experiences are real. The virtual experiences are real for sure. Yeah. So I would say it started out as a group and
It's now like a community, maybe.
yeah, community/collective, I would think, because it's not a bad idea to think about it also like as a group that shares certain, values in art. So you don't have to share them though.
Sergi Art said Antwerp.
Antwerp, okay, yeah, awesome.
Gutter Light Museum said, "Hello, just arrived and subscribed."
Thank you.
Thank you. I am literally in the middle of deciding which paper to bring on my trip. I did want to use gesso, also black gesso, to use oils.
Nice.
Then I turn on and discover this live.
There we go.
'Cause I think they
Universe put it in your way.
They wrote this when you were talking about raw moleskin paper.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. It's not.
It's different.
Yeah.
Also,
If you want to experience the way painting should feel under a brush, most definitely just gesso your paper. For the longest time, we were applying transparent acrylic binder on top of our moleskin pages. So, I have no issues with people like prepping their paper. Not at all. That would be so ridiculous of me. No. So if you want to do it, great. If you want to give this a shot, great. But I could tell you, it's not that I'm so experienced, I'm so good that I'm making this feel effortless. No, not at all. This has nothing to do with me. But painting is difficult, and ideally you set every variable that makes it a little bit easier for you, that makes paint handling a little bit easier, that makes mixing on the surface a little bit easier, that makes applying the paint on the substrate a little bit easier. What you don't want is things to be harder. And this makes it a little bit harder. I have to be honest. It just makes it a little bit more rougher. So if you want to have like a, regular painting experience, which is hard enough, to be totally honest, just prime your pages. That's totally fine. Like I said, we used a thing that was called Bindex, which is a transparent acrylic binder that this brand PBO does. And straight from the tube, I always thought it was the best. It was really, really good. The consistency was good. It was very cheap.
And we could, I was going to say we could find it here.
We could find
super
it easily
cheap.
here, which is, which made it, a lot better for us to not have to order stuff or to not, order expensive stuff. So for us, it was like a no-brainer. It was like, yeah, we're doing this. Until there was a day that the import stopped. They stopped, bringing it to Colombia. So you can either just keep painting and saying, okay, it's okay, nothing happened. That's totally fine. I can adjust. Or you could just go into existential dread and feel like, no, my painting completely depends on this acrylic primer. If I don't have it, I can't paint. Like the dude that wanted to buy every single Moleskine sketchbook
Yeah.
when they were when they were going to run out of sketchbooks in the
Yeah.
80s. Like, sure, you could do that. You're fine. Like, you're free to do anything you want. But it's in my experience, it's better to be a bit more flexible and to say, okay, if life for some reason takes this away from me, I'll be fine. I
Yeah,
can
and that
paint.
was
I'll find another way to paint, and it's okay.
at the end. That was the reason why you started painting in raw paper, or rediscover
Yeah,
raw paper and fall in love with raw paper.
yeah.
So
It was out of necessity first.
exactly, yeah. And then
And
they
there was love.
yeah, then it was love. But no, I was gonna say that then
Pure love.
they started bringing the Bindex again.
Yeah.
But now you just like the raw paper.
Oh yeah.
So-
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't need you anymore.
Olga Maria Benninghoff
Oh, who is that?
was saying great painting.
La mia mamma.
La mia mamma, no, la
What?
tua, sua?
La sua.
La sua mamma was saying great painting. I don't know how to say that, the other part. How would I say it? La sua mamma
Dice grandissima pittura.
dice grandissima pittura?
Pittura.
Pittura.
Sì.
Pittura? It sounds...
Well, I don't know if painting, like an art painting, is a pittura. I know paint is pittura. Obra di arte.
Obra di arte, yeah.
Sì, sì.
But
Grandissima.
I like pittura. 'Cause it sounds
Grandissima,
like,
bravissima obra di arte.
it sounds like a congested pintura.
Yeah.
Pittura.
Pittura. No, but I
Yeah.
think pittura refers to, I mean, it's painting, but it refers to like paint more than
Yeah.
painting.
So like
a
saying
painting.
amazing oil.
It would be like saying amazing oil paints. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I bought them at the Panamericana. Panamericana.
Yeah. I love that we do super regional jokes
Yeah?
that maybe nobody gets.
No, maybe there's some Italian,
No,
somebody-
Panamericana. Who would get what Panamericana is? Only a Colombian
Go to the fija.
with Panamericana.
See.
Um
But we gave them enough to say, oh, that's the song. So,
yeah. Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit for everyone. A little
Yeah.
bit for everyone.
Well, I mean, and in this case you said something that made sense.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
in this case.
No, but you compared
opposed
going
to-
to the bathroom
I stand
with
by that
painting.
one.
No,
I
you
stand by
didn't.
that
You
one.
didn't even stand by that when you
Well, I
said
was
it. You were
doubting
like,
it.
"What am I saying? It doesn't make sense."
Well,
So,
that it's something that you feel like you need to do. Well, everyone needs to go to the bathroom.
I mean, that's why it's
But
called
your
a
life doesn't end
necessity.
there. Like, maybe your evening started with going to the bathroom.
No,
It
but
doesn't
your
mean that
life can end if you can't go to the bathroom. So that's why it's a
Well,
necessity.
no, I don't think it's that. I
Yeah?
don't think it. No, you just go anywhere then.
No.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, going to the bathroom.
No, I meant
Is a
like
way of-
literally going to the bathroom. I don't mean like you can't pee. If you can't pee, yes, you're gonna die.
So you're saying going to the toilet?
Going to going to the bathroom.
Well, yeah, but if you say going to the bathroom, it's also the action of going to the bathroom. But okay, yeah, I got what you're trying to say. Still, doesn't convince me, but
10 out of 10. I think it was.
I
was
get a
spot
little
on.
bit more.
I think it was spot on.
least.
I actually think it was spot on. Probably one of the best
Mm.
things I've ever said.
Well,
I mean,
that's then
not a
like
lot
a
of competition.
super low.
yeah, low bar.
Yeah.
My life equals low bar.
No. Mm. So, I
So.
want to see. Oh, I'm
What?
seeing that some time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know why I never saw these
Neglect.
comments.
Yeah.
Neglect? No.
Yeah, a lot.
Roslyn was saying, "Hi Nico, Danny and chat.
Oh.
The painting looks beautiful. I'm
Thank
going
you.
to grab my paints too."
There
So
we
by
go.
now, maybe Roslyn has already painted something or started.
Oh,
a painting
Rosalind,
of
with her speed?
Yeah,
by now
that's why
she's
I
painted
said-
like
10.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing energy to paint.
And I didn't see the comment of JC, who's saying, how do you
Oh.
feel when people takes someone's exact style of painting and succeeds at it? Does that make him a fake?
Oof. But by succeed, do you mean like maybe the original? I don't want to call it the original though, but maybe the person that's done all the hard work didn't receive the recognition, and then the person that's doing the quote unquote copying is getting all the fruits of that labor. That seems unfair, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
Seems it would seem a little bit unfair. It would be hard to root for the person that builds their life on top of somebody else's accomplishments and gets all the credit.
I think we even talked about, oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Danny.
No, like a similar case
Yeah.
with the artist
There was
that
an
worked with Pokemon. Was it?
It was
And that they were-
something- no Pokemon.
Yeah,
Was it
yeah,
Pokemon?
I think it was.
Somebody hired like an illustrator to do something. I remember somebody they were telling us one of these like a few months back, and they didn't realize. And I said, I still believe that this is all on the art director. This is, if there's an art director, that's their responsibility to know about these things. So the art director didn't know who the artist was copying, like blatantly copying. And they paid him for, they gave them a huge account of something. It was shoes or something, Adidas or something,
Or Nike?
or Nike or something. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I say Nike.
That's okay.
Nike.
Danny, our painted lives is Danny says it however she wants.
No, because I grew up saying Nike. So I'm sorry.
Danny, you can
But
say
it's
it however you
Nike.
want. Who cares? So yeah, so that one is totally understandably off. Like that one's like, no, this is plagiarism. Like this is not even funny. Like but the stuff that's in a more gray area that's not quite plagiarism, it's just somebody like working in the same vein as somebody else and getting recognized for it. It's very sad, I would say. It happens quite a bit. But it's very sad.
But it's
Yeah.
also super difficult to say when that like artist property stops and when
Yeah.
yours begins.
Yeah.
Because I think that they were talking about style of painting, but this reminds me of the conversation we were having a couple days ago about painting something that someone already painted.
Yeah.
And I think it was Jair who said, is it okay to paint something that a street artist has painted before? Like something that's like super recognizable to that artist? Like to paint that subject?
Yeah. And he was talking, I think he was referencing street art specifically.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's a grayer area. Because you were talking, I think you were giving an example about maybe someone painted a monkey
Yeah.
and you got interested in monkeys after that, and then you paint monkeys. But maybe they can tell you, hey, this is mine. But I don't think that belongs to them.
Yeah. Subject
So I don't
matter cannot belong to anyone.
Yeah,
It
so I
just
don't think
can't.
in that case it does.
Yeah.
But in the one we were talking about, the example of the illustrator who stole someone's art
yes.
and got a huge campaign using their work, using someone else's work,
Yeah.
well, that's not okay because that is.
That's plagiarism.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's breaking the law.
Uh,
I would draw the line where you break the law,
mhm.
where it's just like, no, these are rights.
Mm.
This is the law. But
But it was also a very interesting conversation that time, now that I'm remembering, because
yeah,
you were questioning, you were playing like devil's advocate
yeah.
just for the sake of the conversation.
Well, and I usually
And-
lean towards. I think I mentioned Richard Prince because I always tend to mention Richard Prince in terms of like copyright stuff and rights. And I always I always tend to lean more towards the side of do it.
Yeah, no, but what I was trying to say is that when we were talking about that and you were playing devil's advocate, not only in the way you're referring to right now, but you were saying this only happened because he got a multi-million contract
Yeah.
to do that. But if it wasn't something where money was involved, people wouldn't care
Oh no. If there's
about
not
someone else ripping their work.
right, if there's not a big amount of like either recognition or money involved, nobody cares.
Yeah,
Nobody cares.
because JC was also saying if they succeed, I think
Mm.
that's how they said, like, yeah, and succeed at it. So maybe it involves money in
money
that
or
case.
recognition, probably.
Exactly,
Let's say.
Yeah, but sometimes they go hand by hand.
Yeah. Not all the time, but yes.
Yeah. And I think that there's also the problem because there can be 1,000 people trying to copy someone else's work.
Yeah.
But if they're not being acknowledged, like if people are not celebrating their art, it wouldn't be a problem.
Right.
But once you realize someone else is copying your work
Yeah.
and being super successful at it, that's where you feel like they're stealing, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You
that
want
from you.
you want a piece of that pie, like
Mhm.
they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's when it becomes like real. That's
Yeah,
when it's
and you
like
feel robbed. Like,
yeah.
hey, I mean, it was fine that you were doing this because I didn't even notice. But now I notice, and now I know that contract with that firm that you
Yeah.
got, or that
Client.
client, yeah,
Oh,
or
fudge.
gallery, like you being part of that gallery or whatever,
Yeah.
that should be mine.
Fuck. Can I
So,
I'm about to curse.
no?
No, because I was gonna
Don't.
smudge something, but my finger is dirty, of course. And
But you could use a clean finger to super
oh no,
fastly.
no, I won't
Super
do that.
fastly. What am I saying today?
Nothing. Word salad. Yeah, as always.
I'm sorry,
No.
everyone. No, actually, I'm not.
Yeah. What are you doing apologizing?
Segajota Charrua was saying, some awesome to this topic has so much juice
Mm?
about the subject matter.
Yeah.
And they were also saying the thing is when an artist shows consistency about a subject matter, show in the same setting. What? When an artist shows consistency about a subject matter, show in the same setting. The viewer sees that usually as it's the artist's style / subject matter specialist.
Yeah. You associate if they do it consistently, you associate a subject matter with a particular artist. for
Yeah, but
sure.
it's very hard to say someone owns, because no one owns a subject matter.
Yeah, but he's being like I think he's putting it well because
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
talking about associations and not
exactly.
ownership, let's say.
No, yeah. But I get that, and I remember when we were talking about that, that someone, I think it was Emilio, that was saying, I was painting someone, like a repetition of a form with a yellow raincoat, and then they saw a picture you did,
Yeah.
like a picture of a painting you did, and they thought like now I can't unsee that. And
Yeah.
you were talking about how he could paint that 1,000 times and it wouldn't mean that it belonged to you. And you were talking about how before you did that painting or while you were doing that painting, you saw a lot of different paintings painting that.
Yeah.
And it's not like they owned that. So, yeah.
Yeah,
think
I had to believe that if I really wanted to paint this particular thing, this particular subject matter, I was going to be able to add something to this whole equation. You don't have to be better than everyone else, but you need to keep adding to this whole equation.
Sega J. Charrua was saying, and that notion is much amplified in street art. Yeah, we were talking about like kind of a tag. Like something that you see and you know the street artist who did that. But I still don't think they own that subject matter. So the subject matter and the execution of it, if it's combined and you're trying to copy that, well, then you're copying the other artist. But if you're just using the same subject matter they used, but you're painting it or drawing it or whatever in your way because you really want to paint or do something with that subject matter, then it's also yours.
Yeah. You know that the tough thing about this conversation is I know, and I don't want it to devolve into this, but it would be so much easier to have if we had visual, like, okay, if this person's work, for example, where he copies blatantly her, that's a lot easier to envision, but I don't want to do that because I really don't. I don't think we've ever really stopped. Well, Damien Hirst, but Damien Hirst is off limits. Like, who cares? Yeah, not off limits. He's, because he's never going to be disturbed by anything we could ever say about him. His work, his
success,
the market that he's already built. None of those things are going to be impacted by us saying, or by me saying, I don't want to speak for everyone here, by me saying, oh my God, he's horrible. But aside from him, I don't think we usually talk about, and particularly contemporary artists, we don't talk about other artists. We concentrate on the ones that we admire, but
we don't talk about things that we don't like. That's the thing. We much rather talk about artists we really enjoy, we really like, and try to maybe talk about them if someone doesn't know them, so they can get to know them. But I think that if you talk bad about an artist, or if you try to destroy someone else's work, what are you getting with that?
Well, you can be critical, which is fine.
No, you can be critical, but it's different to be critical than trying to destroy someone else's work.
Yeah, that you don't have to go. Nobody has to go that far.
Exactly, and I always think that if you're not constructing something with what you're trying to say, well, then you are better not saying anything. So
you're always like, you have the right to say I don't like X, Y, or Z. Like, that's, I think the basis of art is also built upon the notion of you understanding the things that you are, but also the things that you're not. The thing is, the things that you're not are always going to outnumber the things that you are. It's like, if you tell me, oh, what's your favorite food? I can give you my top 5 favorite food. If you ask me, tell me the things that you don't like to eat, I could name you 1,000 things that I don't.
Yeah, or what's not your favorite food.
Yeah, so you it's always better to, you can always learn a little bit more when you lean on the things that you actually respect and cherish and celebrate. And we have to be fair here. In an academic process, and you can be in an academic process within yourself, it is super important to understand why you don't like something.
Yes.
And you don't just say, I don't like it. Why don't you like it? Like, you have to dig in deeper.
Yes.
Like, just saying I don't like something is not enough.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But I think that in what we do, like these live streams, there's not a point on trying to talk. No. And I don't even like the way to refer to that, because I think about it like talking down to, and I don't like that. I just don't. And I get what you're saying. I mean, when I was studying, you have to know why you like something, why you can't like something. If you're in a class and they're trying to do a critic about someone else's work, you have to know what you liked or what you disliked about their work.
Yeah, it's super important.
But I think that here it's like unsolicited criticism, just because. It's like, just because I can talk terrible things about someone else's work, I would do it. Yeah. And for me, there's not a point to that. So
No. Putting it to the extreme that you're saying, that you're describing, like, if you're gonna talk trash about somebody else's work, like, no, come on. Well,
No, because also, I mean, when you were saying like that we're not gonna do like seeing a comparison of someone's work and someone's rip. ¿Sí se dice así?
what? No.
Como copia. Like a copy of the
Okay.
other's
Oh yeah,
work.
no.
I don't think that's good because what would we get from that?
Yeah. I would not. It would be an easier conversation to have, but I don't think there's a point to it.
Exactly.
The point that we would get to is to say, oh yeah, he copies her, and that's it. That's it. It's like we could all just be in agreement of like, oh yeah, he copies her, and that's about it. Yeah, and who cares?
Sergi Arts dice, ¿podría escuchar un live entero de Nicolás hablando en otros idiomas exagerados los acentos? El
Grazie mille, Sergi.
El brasileiro,
Oh,
mi favorito.
Ah, sí. Portuñol.
Ujú.
Sí, muito obrigado.
Sí, yo iba a tratar de decir algo, pero
Mm.
a gente,
Uf.
no sé.
Okay.
Ah,
We're all better for that.
me ouvi
Oh, Jesus
falar
Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ.
portugués. Ya.
Okay, that was, yeah.
I was trying to
No. That's
do like a complex sentence,
more than enough, I feel.
but I think it wasn't that bad.
More than enough.
Um,
You were talking about unsolicited. I think that's
no, but I think I
I'm
say it
kidding.
correctly.
I'm kidding. Yeah, you're probably saying it super well.
A gente me
Oh,
ouvi,
Jesus, yeah,
me
don't.
ouvi
Oh, come on.
falar portugués. No, I think I...
Honestly, nowadays, if you kind of know how something sounds and you just Google Translate and you just say it, you just kind of say it as best as you can, you can communicate, I feel. If you have the slightest sense of what that language sounds like, you're going to be fine, I feel.
I still think I did a good job.
I never said that you didn't. I think you were remarkable.
Marcelo Peralta said, I really like to hear both of you talking Portuguese. I just wish I could explain how this sign works. Haha. It's like la que va encima de la N, la ñ, pues.
Oh, for us, like how to associate it with the sound.
I just wish I could explain how, the curvy line works. Do they use it in different, like in letters that are not the N?
Which one, though?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
Because the ñ for us, Marcelo, the ñ, the N with the little squiggle on top, it's ñ. It would be your NH. That's the exact sound for N and its little squiggle is NH for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ñ.
Ronaldinho.
Marcelo Peralta said, you did a good job, Danny. Side note, parlar in Portuguese is falar. Did I said parlar? No.
Yeah, you went
No,
half
so,
Italian. You
a
went to-
gente. Okay. Me ouvi falar Portuguese. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Nebraska.
Margo dice, me encanta la pintura, me recuerda a los impresionistas, Manet, Cassatt, ...
Bueno, no, eso ya es demasiado crédito que no merezco, pero muchas gracias.
Denisa K was saying, yeah, I did that once in Paris and tried to sound somehow French with one sentence and the person actually understood me.
Yeah?
I can't speak speak French at all. So I'm gonna try it when we go to Italy.
Oh, I think it's
They're gonna kick me out of every place.
No, I
Gonna
don't
be
think
like-
it's bad. Do we have? Can we ask if we have Italian people listening right now? Probably not. I mean, it's kind of late over there, but I mean, they never sleep.
But you're good with your Italian.
But not. I mean, when I speak, Fer goes. She rolls her eyes.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, you've learned something. I did
something.
4 days of Duolingo.
Something.
So
But I would for probably a longer conversation, not even a longer conversation, for a conversation, I would have to constantly just translate things. Just to feel like, okay, I can, I want to say this exactly. But I can kind of understand. I would say that I can kind of understand when they speak to me. So So no Italians? No?
let's see.
Maybe?
Not right now. I haven't seen any comment. Marcelo Peralta said we use the curve from
Yeah.
the ñ
Yeah.
at the end of some words like feijão or feijoes.
Oof.
AO sounds different from A with the curve O.
Okay. No. That one I don't know.
I want to know if someone from Italy is here. The good thing is that for me it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be like
What is going to be easy?
buona tarde.
Okay.
Un gelato.
Tarde is not.
Buona
Sera.
sera. Buona sera. Gelato stracciatella.
Okay. Yeah.
Grazie. Grazie mille.
You know that there's a really amazing place of gelato that they go to, that they recommend to us. Not like super touristy, but really good. And it actually, people from Peru work there. Yeah. So I met the son and I met the mother in another place because they have a couple of stores. And what's awesome is that you could talk to them in Spanish and you're golden.
No, so you have to tell me where it is.
So I don't know because I told you, I only have one gelato in the trips that
I'm gonna have all the gelato you didn't have, so
yeah,
don't
we're gonna
worry.
roll you home.
Yeah. So yeah. Un gelato per favore.
Well, but which one?
Stracciatella.
Okay, there we go.
Niente tavogliolo?
What?
Tavogliolo, is it?
What?
Napkin. I
Okay.
remember I had that in Duolingo.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm thinking it is like tavogliolo, but now I don't know.
Oh, the GL. That one. Fed is like very, very picky about
Tavogliolo. Yeah, napkin. Oh, my brain is like on fire.
Yeah,
In
Fed
a
is
good
like
way.
Fed is like very, very picky about that sound.
Tavogliolo. Gli?
It's like
Tavogliolo.
yeah, it's not as harsh as us. Which,
So, niente tavogliolo. Grazie. No?
niente?
Si, without, no?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm trying my best and you're just trying
No,
to.
I'm just trying to figure out what you want to say.
And I'm like kind of having a heart attack while I'm trying to figure out the words. Because again, I had like 4 days of Duolingo.
Or
So
you
I
could just
try
say,
to.
or you could just say a napkin, please, and they'll understand. They have, 15 million tourists every year. So
I'm just going to say, la ragazza mangia la mela.
yeah,
Il cuoco.
yeah. English is, I think, it would be better.
Gutter Light Museum said ciao again. I asked about the gesso earlier and didn't immediately confess that I'm half Fiorentino, but still stuck in Richmond, Virginia.
No way.
So how was my
Yeah, how American Italian are you? Or how Italian American are you?
Well, no, I was trying to ask how was my Italian.
But we need to know first, like, because he could be like Sicilian from Staten Island, and I think I'm more Italian than Sicilians from Staten Island. So
Mm, Lola Onigiri dice, jaja, me encanta la confianza con la que le ponen el acento.
la
Sobre
mitad,
todo Nicolás.
la mitad de un nuevo idioma es como creerse el acento.
Yo lo que pasa es que tengo mi colombiano en la sangre.
Mi autoestima. Yo no
Mi
conozco.
autoestima en la sangre.
Pues también, si quieres.
No, tú te vas por...
No, yo no tengo. En ese tipo de cosas no tengo como mucha pena. Entonces me mando.
Carlos Arce Castaño dice, lo primero que escucho al llegar es ñ. ¿Nos burlamos de los anglosajones acaso? No,
What?
no. Estábamos diciendo ñ porque la ñ hace parte de nuestra...
O de pronto, ¿será que piensan que... ¿Será que piensan que el canal es para... en inglés y que estábamos aprovechando hablar español un tiempo? No, el canal es bilingüe.
Sí,
Y nosotros somos bilingües.
sí,
Nosotros somos colombianos.
colombianos. Entonces,
Pero
sí,
nuestro
no.
canal es bilingüe. Entonces hablamos inglés para el resto de gente que no habla español.
Ujú.
Pero sí, yo creo que ahí hubo un cortocircuito
Sí.
que no tenemos como... Entramos como a un... entramos como a un play de Beckett, que no entendemos qué estaba pasando y entonces creemos que es algo extraño, pero no, nada
Sí.
extraño
No,
estaba
y
pasando.
nunca acá nos burlamos de nada.
No.
Entonces, no. Eh, mm,
But I want to know about our friend from... our Fiorentine friend.
Gutter Light Museum.
Yeah? I want to
Yeah.
know. I know.
You're
I thought
like,
you were
yeah.
gonna say something. I thought you were gonna say because
No.
you always precede the comment from somebody by saying their username. So.
Well, I think that's a good way to
Yes.
kind of let them know that I'm having a conversation with them. Like, that I'm reading their comments.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
Gutter Light Museum
Yeah.
said, LOL, you guys are doing great with the Italian. Earlier though, about the term pittura,
Pintura.
it is a bit odd because it's often the verb of a certain artist way of painting. Like, una pittura veloce. Veloce?
Veloce. No. Sí,
Veloce.
es che.
So, yeah.
There we go.
Well, but now we know that we can say pittura for painting.
No. Obra di arte.
Yeah.
Sí.
Eh,
Bravissima.
iTunes O sea, Alejandro.
Uy.
dice, Nicolás, cuéntese un chiste, extraño sus chistes malos.
No, pero yo no puedo. Yo chistes no sé contar, Alejandro. No me pongan esas. Soy de comentario de momento. Pero aprovechemos para que la gente que nos escucha,
Ujú.
Alejandro es un artista genial.
Espérame.
Es una persona fantástica. Yo la quiero mucho. Desde el momento que lo conocí, lo quise mucho. Lo sigo queriendo mucho. Y es artista / DJ / como productor, músico, ¿sí? Y lo pueden buscar pues yo lo busco por Spotify, como iTunes.
Como el usuario que aparece.
Sí. Y usted sabe que yo lo adoro. Yo no es que sea de esa música, le voy a ser sincero. Yo no es que, o sea, no me identifico tanto porque ahí es donde yo me entiendo como ya de una generación pues muy anterior, Alejandro. Pero se me hace súper chévere, Entonces para la gente, de pronto acá hay como una audiencia que puede disfrutar mucho de lo que hace Alejandro.
No sé por qué creo que de pronto Ricardo.
Ricardo, yo creo que copiaría. Ricardo le
Sí.
copia. Ricardo entiende.
No
Por lo
sé
menos
si
Ricardo
Ricardo
entiende.
sigue acá.
Sí, pero dejémoslo como comentario por si vuelve a escuchar.
Sí,
Sí, Ricardo entiende.
sí.
100%. Yo, yo, yo pienso que estoy como en las gradas. Ahí mirando. Como en las gradas. Mirando a la gente gozar. No sé qué quiere decir eso.
Sí.
Eso
Con
suena medio friki.
con decir gozar, creo que
Sí, sí, sí.
diste a entender todo.
Exactamente.
Gutter Light Museum said, but yes, I speak the quote unquote Tuscan dialect, and I
Ooh.
guess English
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
and Italian. So
Well, yeah. But sometimes there's people that speak
a different.
so heavily of a specific dialect that it's very different from Italian. Very,
Well,
very
but
different.
it is Italian.
No, well, not. I mean, it is different. It's. Yeah, I mean, I guess the roots are the same, but it is very, very different. So much so that people in Italy won't understand other people from that speak like very, very old dialects. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It was my bad. I just googled and it says it's a set of Italo-Dalmatian varieties of Romance mainly spoken in Tuscany.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
If you're from a different region, you won't understand it.
Mm.
And there's a lot of regions that are like that. It's like almost like a separate language.
Mm. Sí, no, es que estaba buscando el nombre exacto.
De?
No, that I was going to say that it's kind of similar to the Creole.
Creole? Yeah?
Yeah. That they speak in San Andres.
Yeah.
That you kind of think you're listening something in Spanish, but it's
Oh,
not
no,
quite
no, no, no.
Spanish, but it's not quite English.
Oh, no.
So-
That's totally different. Yeah.
Nicolás Barroca dice, ya me metí a escuchar el trabajo de iTunes. Gracias por la data, suena muy copado. Y dice, hola chicos, son muy capos.
Muy
Hola
chévere.
Nicolás.
Yo,
Gracias.
por ejemplo, Nicolás, pienso que entonces usted es la perfecta audiencia, porque cuando dice suena muy copado, no le entiendo absolutamente nada de qué quiere decir copado, pero creo que es que le gustó, entonces fantástico.
Alejandro dice, sin palabras, qué chimba que esté pendiente de lo que hago,
Siempre.
así no sea su estilo.
No, es que yo no tengo estilo. O sea, honestamente yo no tengo, pero me encanta que usted haga lo suyo y que se lo goce. Y me gusta verlo ser DJ. Me gusta que su pareja, Angelito, también esté dando sus primeros pasos ahí de DJ. Entonces se me hace chévere que sean pareja de DJs. Entonces le dice que felicitaciones, que mucha suerte. Mundo difícil, competitivo, pero sí, no sé qué estoy diciendo.
Sí.
Estoy hablando como la abuela cuando
Sí.
se va a ir a hacer un toque.
¿Sabes qué me acordaste? De la
La
abuela
señora.
diciendo Krispy Kreme.
La señora Krispy Kreme, sí.
Sí. Pito said, love this.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if the conversation or the painting.
A ver.
I think we're almost done, Daniel Ira.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I really like it. Since the beginning.
Of time.
Yeah. Sergi Arts was saying a bit ago,
Yeah.
me encanta lo bien que se lee el pelo y la luz que le da a pesar de lo simple que se ve.
Sí, hoy estábamos como tratando desde las formas más grandes, desde como nociones más grandes, más bien llamémoslas así, tratar de comunicar algo que sugiere un grado de especificidad como mayor. Ojalá eso tenga como sentido, creo que sí.
Sí, sí, pues yo lo entendí.
Sí, entonces, por eso, desde el comienzo, pues teníamos un dibujo que nos daba como la pauta para seguir pintando, pero al comienzo como que ese mismo dibujo quedó desdibujado, por usar como una palabra que parece redundante, pero lo que hicimos fue pasarle por encima como para liberarnos un poquitico del exceso de información que podía tener ese dibujo y empezar a afrontar la pintura desde como un proceso muchísimo más acorde, digamos, a la naturaleza de lo pictórico en particular, de decisiones como mucho más amplias de pintura. Entonces, se hizo ese sacrificio inicial mm, con los ánimos de esperar encontrar una serie de soluciones mientras se fuera pintando y soluciones que em, no tienen que ser como tan arraigadas en esa noción de detalle, sino que pueden ser muchísimo más propositivas, digamos. Por eso, cuando me refiero a eso, estoy como tratando de encontrar palabras para expresar lo que puede sugerir ese ojo. Que realmente no hay nada ahí que diga ojo, no están como los elementos que uno tendría como que chulear, mm, no está el inventario que tendría que estar presente cuando uno quiere tratar de decir ojo, pero está todo como dispuesto para que todas las decisiones que estén ahí reconfiguren una idea de ojo, como una noción de ojo, o por lo menos le estén como proponiendo al observador que esta va a ser una manera de decir ojo en esta pintura. Entonces creo que se basa muchísimo la pintura en eso, como en momentos donde ese triángulo se vuelve parte esternocleidomastoideo y parte trapecio, entonces tiene una noción de estructura, de anatomía, pero no, al final como que se vuelve, es un triángulo. Mm, entonces es partir desde como ese dibujo nos dio el punto de partida, luego lo desbaratamos y luego lo tratamos como de rearmar generando unas relaciones por momentos geométricas, por momentos asociaciones de color, para tratar de que al final todo eso, para mirar si al final todo eso puede configurar algo. Y pues el algo es esta imagen así súper moody como de Fer, yo creo que siendo consciente del espacio.
Ujú.
Para mí esa era como lo más bonito. Eh, Porque obviamente es una imagen que es súper pesada hacia la derecha. O sea, si uno piensa en hemisferios, la imagen es súper, súper pesada hacia un lado de ese hemisferio. Y muchas veces tomar esa decisión sugiere que la pintura va a quedar desbalanceada y uno pues tiene que tratar, si uno quiere procurar que eso funcione, pues toca tener una conciencia del por qué existe ese desbalance y qué gana la imagen a partir de ese desbalance. Entonces, creo que lo que gana es como la presencia que tiene tanto Fer en ese espacio, como el hecho de que está, digamos, inscrita en el espacio, pero también que es consciente de ese espacio. No solo es meter a alguien, como insertar a alguien en un espacio y ya, sino que ese personaje o ese sujeto también se sabe inscrito dentro del espacio, se entiende inscrito dentro del espacio. Y pues acá es mucho como ese gesto súper, a mí se me hizo súper bonito el gesto de Fer porque es como sinuoso,
Ujú.
pero también es súper estático. O sea, está casi que como una estaca ahí clavada. Es como
Ujú.
está como clavada, pero de una manera muy agraciada, no sé.
Ujú.
Y viene como esa curvatura termina en esa curvatura del cuello y después en esa cabeza también altísima, como que se sigue proyectando por este peinado. Además, fue un peinado que se hizo Fer ella sola anoche. Se
Ujú.
me hizo genial, entonces pues le tenía que tomar foto.
Sí, le estaba mostrando que lo aprendió a hacer.
Sí, se duró estaba como media hora en el baño y yo ya me estaba preocupando. Yo, Fer, ¿qué estás haciendo? Y, y me dice, además yo solo oí, por fin lo logré. Y yo me imaginé 100.000 otras cosas distintas a que se estaba haciendo un peinado. Pero salió y me mostró ese peinado. O sea, salió, abrió la puerta y me miró y se estaba mirando como de reojo al espejo. Y pues yo soy como un chulo buscando posibilidades de tomar fotos para pinturas y apenas la vi le dije, quédate quieta. Y ya, y le tomé una foto. Eh, pero yo creo que hay mucha presencia. O sea, ella estaba en esta, o sea, si queremos ser literales, ella estaba siendo consciente de su otro yo que está aquí por fuera de la imagen mirándose. Pero pues cuando uno elimina el contexto y se queda como con ambiente, espacio, aire, como ese aire como arenoso que se siente en toda la imagen, como un aire súper denso y que se vuelve casi que personaje, igual de personaje. Es que este espacio, esta vertical, ocupa casi que el mismo espacio
Sí.
que la figura. Entonces se vuelven igual de importantes los dos.
Y también, qué pena,
No, dale,
pues
métete,
yo como espectadora,
por favor.
me parece muy chévere también como la mirada de ella
Sí,
lo hace a uno como espectador más consciente del espacio, porque
claro,
tiene uno como que rebotar
sí,
entre ella y el espacio, entonces se siente como un balance. Lo que
es-
tú decías, no se siente pesado
sí,
hacia la derecha, sino que la mirada de ella como lo direcciona a uno hacia el espacio, lo hace como
sí.
consciente del espacio y volver a la figura y otra vez al espacio, entonces...
A mí me gusta eso, como la conciencia que muchas veces tiene la obra,
Ujú,
no esta obra, digamos, la obra de arte,
ujú,
hace que el espectador diga, yo también tengo que empezar a tener una conciencia sobre esto. O sea,
ujú,
como que si los elementos dentro de la obra son conscientes de su contexto, pues
ujú,
es casi como una responsabilidad que que yo tengo que adquirir de decir, listo, yo también.
ujú.
Es como a mí me están haciendo parte de este juego de ser responsable,
Sí,
entonces yo también lo voy a tener. Y
100%.
sí, entonces no, pues chévere. Pienso, me gusta el resto, como es que con cosas de mis hijos o cuando estoy pintando algo desde Dani o desde mi mamá, si logro que haya como una...
Noción de...
sí, 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 como que yo termino de pintar y digo, "Pf, como cuando pinté a Samu, con
Ujú,
esas gafitas como con reflejo verde,
sí.
y cuando terminé dije, este es Samu, o sea, y no lo digo como, soy un genio, hice a mi hijo, pinté a mi hijo,
No, pero es como que se
no,
siente que Samu, o sea, se siente
no,
como la esencia de Samu, es que no sé
exacto.
cómo...
Y es comparada como a la insatisfacción que uno sentiría cuando uno no lo ve.
Ujú,
O sea, si yo pinto y no los veo, pienso que es como fatal. O sea, es como, no, pues, o sea, traté de pintar desde mi hijo algo y no fui capaz.
pues sí, y no veo a mi hijo.
Exacto, y yo creo que por más de que yo trate de escudarme detrás de mil como disculpas, siempre va a ser un fail grandísimo que uno por dentro diga, no, pero pues no se siente mi hijo, no, no
Sí.
está.
Pues, y más cuando esa es tu
Que
intención.
además me ha pasado, o sea, lo
Que
hablo desde la experiencia, eso
sí.
me ha pasado 1000 veces, entonces no es como que yo solo haya sentido esa parte donde sí se es como efectivo al tratar de hacer eso. No, no, no. Yo he sentido cuando puedo y cuando no puedo.
Sí,
Y seguramente son más las veces que no he podido.
y que
Pero
yo creo que
dime.
igual eso que tú hablas
Mm.
no tiene que ver como con como que tan fiel es el retrato,
No,
porque
seguramente
está
esta no
muy
es tan parecida
alejado.
a Fer.
No, 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 sí es, pero a lo que voy es con el ejemplo de lo que estabas diciendo de Samu.
Mm,
eh, Hay pinturas donde se puede sentir a Samu
sí,
sin que se parezca a
sí.
Samu.
Yo creo que esta
O
es...
hay pinturas en las que, digamos, yo veo una pintura que tú hiciste mía y
mm,
yo me veo ahí,
mm,
aunque de pronto tú la pongas al lado mío y empieces a decir, no, en esto
mm.
no se parecen tanto, la nariz es más así, los ojos son más así, pero se siente que mi como esencia está ahí.
Sí, sí.
Que
Sí,
yo creo que eso es
aquí
lo
es
que a ti más
muy
te...
como, no sé. O sea, así es como yo imagino como no sé, como la persona que está dentro de Fer.
Pero y 100% es Fer.
Sí, es
O
una cosa
sea,
re loca, es
sí,
como, no sé, no
como
sé
el
cómo más
gesto,
expresarlo, pero es como
todo.
todo, es todo lo que O sea, es todo lo que uno es, que no tiene nada que ver con que si uno se ve más
Con cómo
flaco,
uno
más
se ve.
gordo, un poquito
Exacto.
más alto, más bajito, o más morenito, más blanquito, más...
Sí.
Todas esas cosas que al final como que obviamente pues tienen su importancia, pero que pues no importan. Como que es como si uno pudiera como decir, ustedes no importan. Todo lo que es como aparente a la vista y a la y al como a los sentidos, todo esto no importa, ¿qué queda? Y entonces uno empieza como a tratar de forjar desde lo que pues queda
Ujú.
y tengo esto. Lo charro es que pues tú conoces a Fer, yo conozco a Fer y lo difícil es como tratar de convencer a alguien que no entiende quién es Fer o no le importa quién es Fer o no le interesa, que esa persona sienta que aquí hay un grado como de humanidad que independientemente si saben cómo es esa niña, cómo se comporta, qué está sintiendo cuando se mira al espejo, todo eso, que independiente de todo eso, la persona pueda decir, yo conecto.
Ujú.
O sea, yo puedo conectar con esto que está pasando acá.
Ujú.
Uy, eso es un gallo, eso es berraquísimo. Pero eso es como lo más apasionante del arte, yo creo.
Sí.
So, I'm
So
not gonna.
thank
Yeah,
you.
I was. No, no, no. I was gonna say I'm gonna because we always finish in English,
Yeah.
and I think it's nice if we sometimes conclude the videos in Spanish to sort of round it out to sort of conclude. Because in my mind, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna try and translate everything I'm saying afterwards, and then I was like, no, well, it's okay if I don't. It's okay, but I'll try to do like a tiny little sentence about how I feel about this. I think there's a ton of presence about the painting. So to sort of summarize, I think there's an acknowledgement of place, a sense of place that is yes acknowledged through the painted decisions, but hopefully also is evident, through the pose, through the attitude, through the look, through the way the whole atmosphere has a degree of incidence in the way everything else is painted and considered. So I think when you tie all of those things, when you add all of those things together, that's what we refer to. Sometimes we speak about figures or our subject matter inhabiting a space, like understanding themselves as part of that space. I think this is a good example of something like that. I think that that's very tough to paint. I don't think I'm particularly good at it or effective at it. Yeah, or I can do well while attempting to do that every single time I set out to paint. I think today's painting is very, very nice. I think it works really well. And the reason I'm giving myself like the chance to say that it works well is because it's so easy for this painting to be off balance. It is so easy to feel that this is empty, like this is void space. I was just being lazy with the background, and there's no sense of of leaving this so empty. And I don't think it feels empty. I think
Mhm.
in the best ways. I'm not comparing myself to these people that are 10,000 times the painter I'll ever be, but I think in the same way when you look at a Manet, one of those very theatrical Manets, or the very theatrical, the single figures that Velázquez would do with like these empty spaces, or Mikhail Boremans when he does these again very Manet-like compositions. I think those you have a sense of space even though it's empty space. Like emptiness can be painted and can be painted really, really well.
Mm.
In this case, I'm going to say this is my attempt of painting air, like a very ashy sense of air, a very dense sense of air that gives us that in its own way, it's given Fed a sense of place. So, and I think it's good. I think it's not easy to do, but I think today it works really well. So I'm kind of happy with myself. And I don't know, today was one of those days that the painting happened.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I don't know what we were talking about while I was painting, but it happened, so that's a good thing, I guess. So I like it a lot. I
Yeah.
actually like it quite a bit. So
Me too. And
Yeah.
thank you everyone
yes,
for
thank
being
you.
here.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
I'm gonna post. So I found rummaging through a lot of the things that we own.
Oh Oh yeah.
Well, we don't rummage as if they were like, trash. We
No,
were
no,
just
no.
organizing them yesterday. And I found a few drawings of Fer that I have that were actually part of the sketchbooks. These were drawings that survived the sketchbook purge
Yeah.
that took place many years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't feel right keeping them because I don't feel right having said goodbye to a ton of paintings, a ton of other drawings.
Keeping those.
Yeah, and then keeping those as if like Fer, symbolizes something that's a bit more precious to me. So I'm going to bundle them up. It's going to be the Fer drop,
Oh, I thought Fair Bundle.
the Fer bundle. Yeah,
that was the name.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put them up as a bundle. There's a couple of small sketchbook, small moleskin drawings, and there's two of them.
Do you want me to pass?
Well, no, I would have. My hands are dirty, and so I'll probably ruin them. But there's two and two. I feel, yeah. So I think there's four in total. So we're gonna bundle them up, and if you like those sort of drawings, that's maybe that's interesting for you. So
Yeah, and if maybe you're new and you don't know
anything.
what we're talking about or where do we post the things Nicolas and I do.
Yeah.
We have a webpage.
Yeah.
Web page
Yeah. A wet page. Yeah.
called Our Painted
Constantly
Lives,
damp.
ourpaintedlives.com,
Yes.
where we sell all of the paintings that Nicolas does.
And your
in
work
the
also.
Sessions. Yeah.
We put them up for sale.
And the visual correspondence we do.
Yeah, not the one from yesterday because we
No,
have to wait till Danny
those are-
responds to it.
Exactly. Those are couple.
Offered as pairs.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna leave the Our Painted Lives link
Yeah.
Here.
Ourpaintedlives.com
.com, yeah.
or lasagnacadaver.com
So if you want to check it out, if maybe you've never seen it,
or
you can
boiledghost.com.
go there and check it out. So
The
thank
lesser
you.
known werecow.com will
No, and
take you to Our
Nicolas
Painted Lives.
Riviere art.
And yeah, that one's kind of boring, but yes.
So thank you,
Thank
everyone,
you.
for
Thank
being
you,
here.
Daniel Ira.
No, thank
Grazie
you,
mille.
Kokiro.
Grazie mille.
I'm always happy to have you
Yeah.
as my company. I know
Yeah.
you're getting a little bit
I have to do boxes.
weird
now.
out with my compliments.
No.
But I'm happy
No, I'm just
to
thinking
spend
that.
my life with you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What is this?
So thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Early-ish.
Yeah.
So I have to go drop off paintings at FedEx, then
No,
come back.
tomorrow is Tuesday.
No, today's Tuesday.
No.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
yesterday was Monday.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have to do boxes till
Oh, and I have
late
to
at
do
night.
permits. So we'll see
Oh,
you, everyone.
yeah. Okay.
And yeah, bye.
Bye.
We'll see you tomorrow.